Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Moist Campervan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, nephew. Have a great one. My posture means I'm always off camera. I'm sorry. But yeah, have a great day. Happy birthday. All that good stuff. Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, it's Moist Camperman's birthday. Although, why wouldn't you know? After that, I'm gonna shout out Moist Camperman's Twitch because he does have one. Even though he streams very infrequently, I still think any one of his streams is more of a must-watch than any of mine. So, by all means, please, if you please, go check him out. I do is it exclamation point Moist Campervan? Yeah, he made a spiel. Yeah, here we go. Member of the COD crew and a Tetris god. So yeah. Damn, that command is old. But not as old as, in fact, yeah, not as old as you, sir. But you're much younger than me. But yeah, I'm digging myself into a hole. Happy birthday, nephew. Happy birthday. All right. We're going to log into some Forza Horizon 5. And you never know, some of my other nephews might show up. Freelancer Alpha and Cyber Ryan. Indeed. Cyber Ryan is Moist Campervan's brother. They've been enjoying this with me and joining in some parts of the playthrough. And indeed, we're going to do some more because I'm enjoying the game. Forza's finally on a PlayStation. 2025 is interesting times. All right. So let's unmute the game.
Welcome back, Andrew.
Thank you. Okay, we need to go to...
You're not gonna believe this, but you've earned a gift drop from another driver. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, doesn't it? Meet me down there and we'll have a look.
What? I've got a gift drop from another driver? Say what? Say what? What? Whoa, hey. Hang on, I'm tapping wrong things. I just want to get the Twitch chat up on the iPad. What? Okay, part 5. Forza Horizon 5. Let's go. Okay, cool. By the way, I've got a stream schedule again, exclamation point schedule in the chat. It's basically same schedule I had before I stopped having a schedule. Anything extra will of course be bonus streams, and bonus streams happen unplanned, unscheduled, just when I feel like, of what I feel like, and when I feel like it too, for as long as I feel like. That's a lot of feel like. I feel like. Okay. So I need to just hit the drive button. Simple as that. I want to get that 5 million. Right? Talking to part 5 and lots of 5 on Horizon 5 and all that. We need 5 million. Then we can get a nice castle hotel. Oh, thank you. I unfortunately cannot read your name.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
At all. And for that I apologize. But I'm immediately gonna drive to this gift. And I'm not even gonna fast travel for it. This is a 16-kilometer road trip. Let's go and enjoy the scenery.
In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left. In 400 meters, turn left.
1 minute. 1 minute. Get that board.
Turn left.
And then left. Mel, hi! Oh my gosh, it's good to see you. How are you? How are you? Very tired, but you're good. That's good to know. That is good to know. I am
You have arrived at your destination.
keeping on, keeping on. Which I know doesn't sound all that convincing. Which, honestly, I agree. I'm living in strange times where, like, I'll just be honest, shit's happened. You know. Yeah. And if all the viewers and anybody in future on YouTube won't mind me getting real for a second, I'll just be honest with a very dear friend who's in chat. Yes, I'm talking about you, Shadow Mel. I've had more friends pass away, shit like that. So, and when that's in addition to everything you already know about, from I guess half a year ago now.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
It's all a bit cumulative, you know? Thank you, Mel, thank you. But yeah, to say that, like, oh yeah, I'm great. Would be doing with you and everyone else a massive disservice.
In 400 meters, turn sharp right.
I miss everyone who's fit and healthy that is no longer around.
In 200 meters,
And then,
turn right.
you know, like I said, I've lost a lot of people that
Turn
are
right.
sadly no longer with us
Turn left.
as well, and both things combined is just, yeah. Yeah. But like I said, you keep on keeping on, right? You keep on keeping on, and Forza has been fun on the PlayStation, so that's cool. I always, like, as soon as this game was announced for PS5, I knew I was gonna get it. a complete stranger has sent me a gift in the game, and we've just arrived at it. It's this purple present package, a gift drop. We're gonna see what it is. I don't know this person, and I don't know this gift.
That's generous. Well, just the spirit of Horizon, isn't it? Shall we send a thank you?
Okay. Hey! Wow! A complete stranger has sent me a 2011 Audi RS3 Sportback. I really like the car. Thank you. You made my day. Thanks. Thank you for the car. I'll look after it. I really like the car. Thank you. Sounds good to me. Message has been sent. Sweet. That's cool. How did he even do that? How did you do that? I want to learn to
You
do
know what
that.
they say, barn finders,
Oh, here we go.
barkeepers. Enjoy that ride. Someone wanted you to have it. I've just had an idea. You've got your own collection of rare cars, and we've got an empty barn here. What do you say we pay it forward? Right then, which will it be?
Okay. We gotta figure this out. Hang on a minute. Yeah, again, sorry for getting all a bit, perhaps too real earlier, Mel, but I just didn't want to bullshit, yeah. Other than all that, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Main thing is I'm plodding up. Yeah. Hey, I got a Switch 2 pre-ordered for like June the 5th. Yay? Yeah, you know, yeah. Like again, I'm, you know, I feel lucky that I've managed to get one secured because I know a lot of people are struggling to do the same. I feel a little bit guilty that I've managed to get one. I was the same with PS5 when I managed to secure that. Ultimately though, all this video game stuff, it's not the most important things in life, but at the same time, it does help you kind of occupy one's mind just with more fun stuff, right? So yeah, better than being upfront. Oh, thank you. Yeah. What can I part with? How about this 911 Speedster convertible thing? Maybe not. Oh, you know what? I'll do the Subaru. Yeah, I'll do the Subaru.
Now it's a question of who you want to find this. You pick the sort of drivers you want, and I'll get to it.
Let's give it to a new player.
Want to leave a message? Might be nice. Nobody ever leaves us a note.
Wow, this is cool. Welcome to Horizon. Enjoy your adventures.
Here's a tricky one. Do you want to put your name on this, or leave it anonymous?
You know what?
This is what someone will see when they find your gift. Happy with that?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, there you go. Welcome to Horizon. Have a Subaru. That sounds great. This will be removed from my garage. Yes. Yeah, just have a Subaru.
And off it goes. Trust me, a little help goes a long way around here. Thanks.
Wow, that got me a trophy. Send another player a gift drop. That's great. Oh, and they're going to tell me when it's delivered as well. Oh, that's great. And then this gift drop barn is just there whenever I want to do it. Oh, that's great. Cool. Okay, well that felt good, Mel. That felt really good. Oh no! Oh no! I hope everything's okay now, though. Does your household own a Nintendo Switch, by the way, Mel? Because, like, here's the thing. Even though I've ordered a Switch too, obviously I know that there's a lot of people among my friends, and maybe even people among my friends that have a Switch 1 that I don't know they have a Switch 1, but they have one, right? So, what I've been doing is I've actually started collecting Nintendo Switch games again. And I've actually been prioritizing some of the Nintendo Switch, like basically the best versions for Nintendo Switch 1 of certain games. So for example, I now own Super Mario Party Jamboree because that was the last Mario Party for Switch 1. I've also obviously got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the last Mario Kart for Switch 1. I got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the last Smash Bros. For Switch 1. Are you seeing where this is going? Because basically, even though I've got a Switch 2, I want to be able to join friends in multiplayer, even if you haven't upgraded to a Switch 2, right? So I was thinking of organizing lots of like Nintendo Switch 1 funsies online with friends and potentially stream it, you know, for any games that everybody's got. Switch and my partner has one with one charger between them now. Okay, well, let me tell you something, Mel. So you've got 2 Switches in your household, right? Can I have your permission to get a bit technical? Can I geek out on you? Something really cool happened yesterday. And by really cool, I mean really cool. Guan, I love the way you said that. I know I didn't even hear you say it, but I just love the way you typed it out. Okay, Guan, I'm Guanin. Okay, so there was a software update yesterday, and I know there was a software update for Nintendo Switch 1 that ultimately prepares it for the arrival of its bigger brother, or younger brother, I guess, because it's newer, Nintendo Switch 2, okay? And so, one of the big new features is called virtual game cards. I'm going to talk about it before starting this race and all the engines noises talking over me. Basically, what's the easiest way to explain this? I'll explain the old system. Do you know how on Nintendo Switch, so far, you authorized one home Switch, yeah? And anyone that used that home Switch could play the digital games that were bought by one specific user, and even if the other users of that same Switch didn't buy the game themselves, they can still start and play it, but only on that Switch. And then for your second Switch, the only person that can play a digital game is the digital games they own, right? You're following on so far, yeah? Old system, you could only have one home Switch, yeah? Where your digital games could be played by multiple users on only one Switch. What if I told you that now with the new system via the version 20 update that came out yesterday, you can permanently link 2, like, Nintendo Switches together. So let's say your one and then your partner's one, right? You can link them together so that the Switches are even partners. The two Switches will become partners. And then what's great about that is that you can then decide for like each person's game library which digital games live on one Switch and are activatable offline by any users of that Switch. So you can now have like some digital games on one Switch and then different digital games on the other one. But the cool part is that you can change which games are where as often as you want just from the brand new virtual game card menu. And then I will also want to point out though, because this is a new setting as well that's off by default. You know the old way where if you had a second Switch, you could like fire up a game that you own and then it would connect to the internet to check that you were the owner and then it would start it on that second Switch. That still exists, but it's off by default. And so after you've installed software version 20 on both Switches, you'll just go to user settings, online license setting, and then turn the off switch to on. Because here's the cool thing. You can use both virtual game cards and the online license features, not exactly simultaneously, but you can basically have both features enabled. Virtual game cards is enabled all the time. It's not possible to turn it off. But the online license thing, for some weird reason, it's got an on-off switch and it's off by default. You're going to want to turn it on, and then you can play your games on as many different Switches as you want, so long as you're the owner of that game. I hope I've explained it well enough to where it makes sense, because I'll be honest, you're not the first person I've explained it to, and some people I have just massively confused. And given that I didn't have...
Like me!
You didn't have to say that. Hi nephew. But yeah, I hope it all makes sense, because yeah. Hi nephew. Let's get you in on the action anyway, because I was just about to start a race. Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, yeah, you hear that?
But at least somebody gets it.
Cool. Yeah, honestly, this update 20, this is the best update Switch has had in ages. Normally, all they do is like increase the list of words you're not allowed to say, like in the text boxes, and stability fixes. Whereas this Switch update has like added like new features for the first time since being able to put your games into folders. It's crazy. A lot to take in, and I'm knackered, but you got it. I think it's going to be really cool. For me personally, my two Switches that I'm going to link together are obviously my old Switch 1, which resides in the lounge for whenever we have family over. And they want to do like Nintendo bowling on Nintendo Switch Sports. And then the second Switch, the Switch 2, it's going to permanently live in the stream room for me to stream from. So obviously they're the two Switches that I'm going to link together. You cannot link 3 Switches. It can only be 2. But then that will allow me to move my Mario Party game freely between the office and the lounge, depending on where we need to fire it up. So yeah, it's kind of like having 2 home consoles rather than 1. I really like that concept. So it's cool. They clearly designed it with the people in mind of like, there's going to be loads of people that already have a Switch 1 that are going to want to quote unquote upgrade to Switch 2, but they might want to keep their Switch 1 for like a kid in their house or something like that. Like parent upgrades to Switch 2 and then does like a hand-me-down thing. And I think that's why they've added this ability of linking 2 Switch consoles together. And I think it's genius. Alright, we're here. We're here and we're going to do co-op racing. I'm already at an event.
It'll be fun.
No, you see, if I was in that scenario, like, not that I would say, like, I'm not trying to say wave the white flag, but I would just take my Crocs off in that case. And then just put him in a box out of his reach or something. Or is it that he's putting food in your Crocs and they are off? In that case, maybe put them on. They were off. Okay, put them on and put them on then? Like...
Why
My
would you
God.
hide snacks and Crocs?
Dude, hey Alpha, should we do like a cover band where we change the lyrics for modern times? You know, take your Crocs off, honey. Because let's face it, no one was wearing Crocs when that song was originally written, right?
Not that I'm aware of. The only reason why people started wearing Crocs again, to my understanding as a Gen Z person, was because somebody decided to make a meme about it.
Again, I'm not judging it, by the way. I just think, you know, there's a lot of lyrics that, you know, people in modern time, like younger people, they're not going to understand the lyrics, so we should change them. And then they'll be like, oh, I get it. I had when I was in college, I had a lot of female friends that wore Ugg boots. Ugg boots were the thing when I was a student. How like, do people still wear Ugg boots? Mel, do you have any Ugg boots?
I have no idea what Ugg boots are.
Oh my god, they actually, I
like
like
what?
the look of Ugg boots.
Like what? Are they ugly boots?
No, they're not ugly at all, at least not in my opinion.
What's with the
No,
name?
no, they're kind of like, they're sort of like, imagine like a boot that like, it's almost like a utility boot, but it doesn't have pockets and things. That's not what I mean by utility. But imagine like really rugged boots that are also fashionable and that, you know, are basically designed, I think they are a more feminine boot, to be honest. But like, it's kind of like if a girl wants to go hiking, Ugg boots are probably a good choice. That's what I imagine in my head anyway. You know? Alpha Google it. Yeah, Alpha Google it. Yeah, they're great. They look great.
While I'm driving?
Okay, maybe not when you're driving. But
I mean,
when we're
again,
done.
I could go, hey Siri, what are Ugg boots? Or something.
I think they look great.
I don't think Siri's
Ugg
going
boots
to
are the
wake up
worst.
just
Are
from
they
that.
really? Well, what kind of designer designed them? To the point where, like, to any, like, random man, I mean, hey, what do I know about anything, to be fair? But, like, I would have thought, like, oh, those boots are great for hiking. And then imagine I buy them someone, and then they're like, you idiot! These are the worst boots for hiking! Like... Wait a second. Thinking outside of the box. Are they not for hiking, but are they in, like, wait, what if they're instead to catch a guy's attention? Because, let's be real, I thought, I said out loud, I think they look nice. What if everybody that wore Ugg boots, oh no, they were trying to send me a message that I didn't receive. Oh no. No, seriously, loads of my friends that were girls, they all wore Ugg boots. They definitely weren't sending the same message. Definitely not. Like, or at least not to me. But like, yeah, no, it can't be that. It can't be that. It can't be that. Now, what are Ugg boots for?
No. Right, hang on.
They're like slippers. They're not even suitable for going... What? They're like slippers. I mean, to be fair, all the friends I'm talking about that wore them, like 99.99% of them were like in wheelchairs. So yeah, I guess you'd want something comfy. because
Ugg
like
boots. Type of sheepskin boot from Australia and New Zealand. Ugg boots are unisex style of sheepskin boot or slipper originating from Australia.
wow, you know what? I never actually considered that they were I don't think I've ever seen a guy wear them. But it's good to know that a guy could, because I do like the look of them. But I don't know. They're comfortable.
Thank you, Siri.
They
I'm starting to use Siri a lot more for asking questions instead of just going to fucking
dude.
Safari to type it out.
Yeah. No, okay. Mel, do you want this is how kind of, I've owned a Mac since November, right? I've left Windows behind, and as I own it, slowly but surely, I'm getting more acclimated to using the various features and shortcuts it has. I was doing my budgeting the other day, and I have a spreadsheet for that that is so good that even my nephew and Freelancer Alpha and even my mum have started using it as well, right? But the point is, I was doing my budgeting, and I make appointments to have a haircut. As you can see, I recently had one. And obviously that isn't free. So I wanted to write in, when I had to pay for my next haircut. But I couldn't remember exactly what the date of it was. And I, no kidding, double tapped the command key, which is a way where you can type to the Siri assistant instead of speaking to it. And I, no shit, just typed in, when is my next haircut? And pressed the enter key, to which the Mac responded just by, rather than opening the calendar app and all that, it was just like, your next haircut appointment, which I did add to my calendar. It just showed it me as 9th of June. And I'm like, that was way quicker than, opening another app, scrolling the calendar and being like, where is it? Ah. It was great. But yeah, it makes me officially a nerd now, doesn't it? I am typing to my computer, asking it questions because I'm too embarrassed to speak to my computer. It is snazzy, but yeah. Another thing I use that double tap the command key, because here's the beautiful thing about the type to Siri thing, where you just tap the command key twice. You can do it from anywhere. It doesn't matter what program you're running or what else you're doing. It could be any program you're running, and if I do double tap of that specific key on the keyboard, I'm typing to Siri. And so it's super convenient. I've started telling Siri what music to start playing in my ears, whether I want to go to a specific website if I don't have a browser open. It's next level shit. It's so cool. You love the camera on the new iPhone? Yeah, Mum recently upgraded to an iPhone 16 Pro Max, and the new camera button on the side of iPhone 16s, that's actually really cool. Grayson recorded you in slow-mo and you thought there was a demon? Oh, nice. Yeah, when you turn on high frame rate video recording in on an iPhone so that you can then slow it down in post. I'm sorry, I sounded like a video editing nerd there. But yeah, you record it in high frame rate so that when you put it back to 60 FPS afterwards, it's all slow-mo but it's a smooth slow-mo. I think new iPhones, if you keep it at a low resolution, 1080p, I think you can go up to 240 frames per second now. So if you were filming something like somebody doing a kickflip on a skateboard, it could look super cool in slow-mo. Yeah.
No, fuck.
I just want to say as well, and this will be obvious by like, obviously, if people have been listening to the stream from the beginning where I got a bit real for a second, I just want you to all to know that like everybody here, thank you so much for being here. I think you can like literally see that you guys are the wind beneath my wings. I'm having a good time right now and I want to thank you for it. So, thank you. Yeah. We played Tekken last night. That was a good time too. Thank you everyone that showed up for that.
I pinched my thumb doing an input.
Oh, damn, yeah. Dude, we've all been there, right? Even CP might not admit it, but I'm sure he's been there too. Right? We've all been there, man. I will read that. I'm reading that little message bit by bit, Mel, because corners. But you will not be ignored. Let's try and build up a bit of a lead. I have to say, because obviously, and it's not a problem, but you know, I ended up soloing this game yesterday. I can say with absolute fact, this game I enjoy more with the co-op racing. So if I know people are busy, like to be honest, there's so much content in this game that if I'm looking 100%, it's gonna actually take me a long time. And new other games and even consoles are coming out before I'd even potentially be done. So what that means is I'm probably gonna like not completely drop the game, but I will essentially put the game down, play something else, keep coming back to it whenever people say like, hey, fancy some Forza? And then we do a bit more, you know what I mean? Like, because yeah, for me, this game is best with you guys. Would you concur, like Alpha?
I would agree, yes.
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying.
Even though I have pretty much beaten this game in its entirety at this point, outside of the Hot Wheels and Rally DLC.
Oh, should we do that? Should we both do that? Like, because again, that's on my list. But I wanted to beat all of base game first, so essentially catch up to you. But yeah, like I want to stream those DLCs. So if we should like do them together, we could do them together.
If you want to do those DLCs, I will not say no, because they are genuinely a lot of fun.
Yeah. I couldn't catch up with you, GG.
See, here's the thing.
Right,
right?
I'm gonna read the long chat. Hang on a minute. I managed to switch the camera mode to slow-mo. I'm recording me for 7 minutes and I'm watching it and I heard a noise that makes when the phone's moved and I don't know what it was. The thing was on some and I was like, oh my god, demon. Oh, I have a question for Alpha. I'm trying to figure something out, but it can wait till the race is... The race is over!
Can I figure something out?
It sounds like it might be an autism question, maybe. That would be my guess. But I'm just guessing. Because I'm sort of like, what is something Alpha an expert in? They're
Definitely
like,
not autism, because there's things even I'm still learning about.
You know what? Since we're on the I do like there is an interesting book written by a guy called Dave Plummer. He's a former Microsoft employee. He was the guy, and I'm not kidding you, that coded things like the Windows Task Manager and also Windows XP product activation.
Spicy thing. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you hit us with it, Mel. But yeah, Dave Plummer wrote a really interesting book you might want to look into, Alpha. And to be honest, I'm tempted to get it myself just so that I can learn more. But it's called The Invisible Part of the Autistic Spectrum. And it's basically, the subtitle of the book is, because Dave is autistic, right? The author's autistic.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's basically a book of everything he wished he knew about autism before he was diagnosed with it. Because again, this is a guy in his like 50s, 60s, I don't know. He worked at Microsoft like from the early 90s, you know what I mean? So, yeah. People weren't getting diagnosed really back then. Not like now, where like there's better tests that basically check for things and a lot more support, which is obviously fantastic compared to back then.
With the amount of tests, screening, and all of that now, we have managed to come to the conclusion that 1 in 33 people are autistic.
And they just didn't know, don't know, or Yeah. And it's all to varying degrees, right? But it's still like, you're 1 in 33 are on the spectrum somewhere, And here's the crazy thing, and this is where like
a spicy thing or okay. Oh boy. So the thing with us neurodivergence is we don't know when we're exactly clear to speak. Even when people are currently talking, you will hear neurodivergent people either talk while somebody else is talking, but then be completely ignored, or they'll sit silently and wait for like hours to be able to actually speak, but then the subject topic has just completely passed, and now what they wanted to say is completely irrelevant. So they end up sitting there, and it's just like they have this opinion burrowed inside, and it's just like they can't say it now because the subject topic has changed, and it's completely irrelevant to what's actually being spoken about now. And you end up sitting here, and it's just you kind of get really antsy inside, and really want to say something, but you can't because all of a sudden it's just completely irrelevant, and you know it's irrelevant, and saying it could either annoy people, or it's like, we've just moved on from that, or they'll actually address what you said, even though it's completely off topic now, and be like, you know what, that's actually really smart thinking. And it's like, you don't know, and you're never going to know because your brain is either, let's wait it out, or we'll say it and just completely get ignored, and our brain will just explode inside because all of a sudden nobody heard us, and you just.
Okay, so I should probably address something, and I'm gonna give people a warning. It's gonna get a little real again. But like I read what Mel was saying, I gotta be honest, got a little choked up because of how much I can kind of relate to it. Obviously, it's quite obvious. I've had a rough time lately. I mentioned friends passed away, all that kind of stuff. Other people that I care about very deeply have just pieced out, and you know, not much you could do about that, although I would gladly do anything. But yeah, let's gloss over that bit. But yeah, on another note, and where I can relate is there's lots of other people that, as far as I know, we're friends. As far as I know, everything's okay. I'm not gonna name and shame anyone here, by the way. But like, there are people I've tried to check up on and like, just, you know, message like, hey, how you doing? Would be really cool to catch up. And then just nothing. I know Mel can relate to this, right? And it can get a bit disheartening when, like, I'm not just talking about one individual here. I'm talking about like many. And I'm like, what do I do? So it is tough, and you know, I don't want to inconvenience people. I get everybody's got lives, everybody's busy, blah 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 blah. But man, they have no idea how much it would mean to me to just be like, yeah, cool, let's catch up such and when. I'll let them choose the when, the where, the how, the what, you know. But my god, so yeah, I hear ya. Like, and I honestly, I've never really said this much. That was one of the main, not the only reason, but that was a big reason why my Twitch channel even exists. I was lonely. And I wanted people to talk to. And I was like, if I create a space where the doors just open and anyone can come in, stop by, they don't have to, but the point is the doors open not just for like people that I know among friends and family. The doors open to complete strangers with stupid username on the internet. Everybody could come in. And like the amount of like joy I would get from that, you know, again, not expecting it to happen, but the possibility of having a two-way conversation was really exciting to me. So, because ultimately this Twitch channel, and when this goes on YouTube, even though I'm a little embarrassed to like discuss all these topics and admit like rough feelings, like, you know, this will be on YouTube, and it's like, yeah, I still want everything I do, including this stream and this conversation, to be a good watch that people out there will appreciate, hopefully relate to. But if you can relate to it, you know what? Stop by the Twitch channel and hang out with us. If you need a friendly space on the internet to just have people to just converse with, you've found us. Whether you've seen this on Twitch, YouTube, or whatever, like, we're here for you. But yeah, it works two ways. You guys benefit me, and hopefully I benefit you back. So, yeah.
Don't get responses, start a panic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is... It is a very common...
Yeah.
kind of...
I've had similar things happen to me, Mel. I have. And I personally don't think it's a autistic thing, or if it is, I just don't know. I've never been tested.
It can vary.
I don't consider myself autistic, and I'm not sure
like
if the people that I don't hear from, I don't know if they are or not, and just don't know. You know?
Like,
but
again, autism is like a massive spectrum, and
I think
it can... People's cognitive functions with regarding autism can vary.
Yeah. I also think, like, not to, like... Do you know what? Wherever possible, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So whether that be people that I'm trying to reach and not succeeding in, or people, like I said, that, you know, are currently, like, seemingly not in my life at all, and maybe they never will be in future. But again, I never want to shut the door on people, even if in their mind they, you know, they already have. Like, fair enough, people can do what they want, but I always like to be open. You know, if I'm breathing, then there's a chance we can reconnect. That's how far I take this stuff. You know, because I want everyone to be well and happy. But yeah. To go to my point rather than ramble, and also before I forget it, like, oh god, don't tell me I actually have, but like, yeah, it's just really, this stuff is important to me. To me, people really, really, really matter, but like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted to say. The thing is, right, we live in really difficult times. Everybody is fighting their own personal battles, including the people I'm trying to reach that I'm failing to, and also the people that have decided that, you know what, they can't deal with this poor Tessa guy right now. They've got their own shit going on as well, and I respect that. I really do respect that. you know, they might not agree that I respect that, or maybe they do and they just can't, you know? So, as sad as it is, like, and again, I miss so many people, I'm fully aware that their life isn't easy either. That's the point I'm trying to make, right? The political climate, the economic climate, all of these things are weighing down on all of us, you know? So I do try to be as sympathetic as possible. Yeah, there we go. That was my point. I did forget it. But we're back. Yeah. So I know that nobody's got it easy, but I also can't lie to people and say like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, I've only been trying to reach you for 2 months or whatever, you know, and not even every day, just every now and again. I care very much about not bombarding people. So yeah, I'm not every day. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Nah. I can take a hint, you know, but like, yeah. It is sad because I'm like, I mean, nobody's perfect, right? I consider myself a flawed human being, but like, probably my biggest flaw, to get like really real for a sec, is probably like, it probably is a bad thing how much connection with other people improves my mood, right? I am very aware that I should be happier with myself by myself than I know I am. I'm working on it, but like, yeah, I don't like, I just like being with people. That's it. That is it. I just like being with people. So whether that be, you know, people in a Twitch chat, nephew around my house, you know, sitting with mum in the lounge, I like being with people. Like, that's just it. I don't think that's a crime. You know? Alfred, do you want to chime in on this? Do you have any thoughts?
To me, with what you have just said, you sound more like what you want to be is, I think it, you sound more like you want to be more of the opposite of an introvert.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because of
Circumstances. Like, yeah, I get the exact opposite, and it's really hard to deal with. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm an extrovert in an introvert's body. Like, yeah, because
and
yeah, I can't just go out and party and yeah. Try not to let it affect my mood.
You don't exactly seem like the party person, really.
I think I would be if I was able-bodied like you. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I mean, when I have been at parties, I'm not someone that's like, you know, I don't like dancing. I'm self-conscious. I think I would look like an idiot. So the rare occasion people have asked me like to dance with them, it's not like I've said no because I don't want to like put them down, but I've not felt comfortable. But again, I don't want them to feel bad. Like, imagine if I just like blanket no, and then they're really upset. Like, nah, I'm not about upsetting people. So, you know, at least not intentionally. It's obviously in life it's unavoidable sometimes, but yeah, never intentional. And like, yeah, but yeah, I just like being with people, man. And you know, when you get like, I'm 36 years old. I've lived enough life to recognize that, yeah, that's what I want. I want connection with people, and I want the connection to be good and reciprocated, and like where both parties are happy to know one another. Like, That's
Yeah.
really important to me. Probably too important. Like, it's more important than it actually should be. Literally. But I just recognize that that is how it is. And if people are cool with that, then we're going to get on just fine. If people aren't, I can only apologize in advance. You know? Because it's difficult for me to change. And I know that from trying. So, yeah. And I think it's like, to a certain degree, I am how I am, and that's it. But, like I said, I'm open to change, it's just not easy.
Here's something I am going to hit you with.
Okay.
If it wasn't for the circumstances that you have and are in,
Turn left.
a lot of us probably wouldn't even know
Turn
each
left.
other.
That's, yeah, no, I've thought, you know, I've had people be like, oh my God, you know, like, you know, they hear I've got cerebral palsy, and then they're like, oh man, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I'm not, like, here's the thing. If it wasn't for the fact that I didn't get enough oxygen to my brain when I was being born, and me being 3 months premature, I would have never have met the people that I met, lived the life that I lived. Most crucially to me, and this is perhaps another flaw, I never would have loved the people that I loved. And I can't imagine my life without all those memories. I don't want to imagine my life without all those memories.
You without cerebral palsy is like a completely different human being.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want that either. So, yeah. You know.
The best way you can
Recalculating route.
kind of come to terms with it is live,
200 meters.
love,
Turn sharp
and
left.
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah. And maybe I did put too much stock, like too many eggs in the basket of, like, you know, there was too much importance on loving the people that I love to me. But you know, that I don't regret
That's
it.
life.
I don't regret it. That's just
life. It happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that really just comes down to, I looked at my parents and how much they loved each other, and all I wanted was to achieve the same, you know. My parents
Turn left.
had what I perceived to be a wonderful marriage, the kind of marriage anyone would want, you know. So I really worked hard to get to that point, and yeah. Life had other ideas, so. But let's not forget, I'm 36, not 306, so there's still time, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. Someone wants to join the convoy. I am sorry, I don't know you. Do I know you?
Somebody is like
Take the first exit.
trying to invite me specifically. I don't know why.
Do we know them, yes or no?
No.
Okay, then we're driving on, nephew. We're driving on.
Like,
In
I
400
appreciate
meters,
like
turn right.
the interest in wanting to hang out, but
Yeah, no, we'd like to know you. Stop by the Twitch stream, sir. Like, 'cause that's the thing. Like, if people, I've said it in this playthrough before. We got plenty of room in the convoy, so if you wanna like be in the convoy, stop by the Twitch channel, say hi, get to know us a bit. If you are new, we ask that you're okay being in the convoy, but not the voice chat until we get to know you a bit. You know, sometimes Shadow Mail can be a bad influence in a good way, and things get a bit lewd. I mean, like what? It was the last time we were playing Fatal Fury, everybody couldn't stop talking about B. Janet's assets, and then I couldn't. I mean, it gets to a point where you can't not notice that them. I'm a guy, but hopefully a respectful guy. Yeah. Don't know what you mean. Ew, new people. I love new people. New people are good, but here's the thing. For me, new people don't have, I don't want new people to replace old people. I just want to, yeah. Everybody's welcome. You can't not notice it. I mean, this is true.
Yeah.
I've actually only streamed that game once since it released. We probably should play it again, but here's my thing. Do you know what I need in order to play more Fatal Fury? And this is perhaps a little selfish. I need more people to own it. I need more people to spend some money and own it. Because at the minute, playing Fatal Fury, it'd be fun, right? But it's like I've either got the single player content or I've got get absolutely stomped by CP skills. I'd rather have get stomped by CP skills, Yaks, and Alpha, for example. Because it is an SNK game, Alpha. It is the next fighting game by SNK after KOF, which you liked. So yeah, if City of the Wolves is ever oh, you got some cash or it's on sale, let me know if you pick it up, because playing the game will get massively better when more people I know are among people I can play it with. You know what I mean? Or come round and we'll fire it up, and but yeah, I think I need more people to play against in order to get more fun out of it. So yeah, Sky is over. If you get it on PC, let me know. Yeah. Because at the minute, it is literally play single player or get beat by CP. I'd rather play Tekken where more people have it, you know? But it is a great game. It is a great game. I mean, we have Cristiano Ronaldo and Salvatore Ganacci as guest characters. Salvatore being a DJ, right? / persona anyway. If you see his YouTube channel, you actually realize that all the weird moves that he does in that game, they're all references to things he does in his music videos. And actually, the FGC has done a massive 180 to being who the fuck is this guy? To oh my god, we love him. This guy's hilarious. Why didn't the race work? Let's try again. Split Fiction? I have no one to play it with. I need a player too. I mean, I know Cassiopeia Games has Split Fiction, but I don't have a player too. Oh, now I'm really sad. You want me to play it with my nephew? I mean, you could, I guess. I have to own it. I don't own it. But yeah, I need a player too.
I think the best thing about games like It Takes Two and Split Fiction,
yeah,
is the fact that
although the first one was a way out.
You really need to get the friend pass.
Yeah, you only need one copy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I played A Way Out, which of course was Joseph Fares's first game of this type. I did actually play it with my girlfriend at the time. This was before I was a streamer. It remains some of my happiest memories. It does. It really does. I loved that playthrough. And yes, a big reason why is because it was with her, but it really, that's the kind of, they're the memories I live for. And yeah, it was so special. Even though that game was literally like a prison escape game thing, right? We literally had to trust each other to do our bit to beat the game. And beating it together like that, and it felt so special. And of course, It Takes Two, which came out afterwards, that game is literally about making a relationship work. That's the moral of the story, really. So yeah, I have so much respect for Joseph.
More specifically, a child forcing their parents to reforge what is going through a divorce.
Exactly, right? So it's...
Which is like the deepest you could probably get with storytelling.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You know? And Split Fiction just looks absolutely incredible. So it's on my shopping list, Mel, I can say that. But I've also got a gigantic backlog. You know how I was saying I really need to go back to Final Fantasy VII Remake before I can even start Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? We are now in May. I still haven't gone back to it yet. I don't know what year that playthrough is going to resume, but it will happen.
In the words of a Doctor Who episode, it's been 84 years.
That's where that reference comes from? No wonder I didn't know it. Why? No, I thought it was Titanic.
Believe it or not, there's two. There are two places where that reference comes from.
I thought it was the original Titanic.
Doctor Who and Titanic.
Did Titanic say it first?
Titanic did say it first. I think that's where most of the meme originates from.
Yeah.
But Doctor Who has also kind of stolen it.
How dare they? How dare they? Yeah, the meme
I
is
mean, you
Titanic.
gotta
I
think.
thought so. Yeah. Because
I don't like Titanic,
old
'cause
old
the
Kate
story
Winslet
sucks.
says it, and I know the old lady isn't played by Kate Winslet, and I mean no offense to the actress who did play the old, but it's essentially the old version of Kate Winslet's character. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Titanic would have been the first time that I saw nudity in a film. And like my dad, like even though I was fine, I thought nothing of it really. My dad made it weird because he was like, after watching the film, he sort of took me to one side and be like, dude, you don't need to be embarrassed. And then that made me embarrassed. I wasn't embarrassed. It's just how women look. Like, you know? But yeah, Dad made it weird. Oh my god, yeah. Cause what year did Titanic come out again? I was really young.
92?
What year was the original Titanic? We had it on a VHS tape. Pretty sure it would have been the first time I saw nudity in a film. Yeah, yeah.
November 18th, 1997.
How old would I have been? I was born, okay, hang on a minute. November 18th, 97, yeah? I actually want to know how old I was. Hold on one minute.
You were 96, right?
88.
86, sorry.
88. 88.
88.
When I was a wee lad.
You would have been 9.
Yeah, and
8.
and the films are 12, right? Yeah, the films are 12. Damn.
You would have been 8, turning 9.
The first time I saw... Well, yeah. Yeah. So I can understand why my dad was like, hey, don't be embarrassed, but I wasn't. You know? You was 3? Yeah. So yeah, imagine if I met Kate Winslet and it was like, hey, by the way, yours were the first like boobs in cinema I ever saw. I'm not sure she would be flattered. But it's true. 94. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna get this perk. Because yes, I'm still using the DB10. Sorry. I know it does sound weird when you say it like that. I'm sorry, Kate. But yeah. Hey, Titanic. Great film, though. Great film.
In 100 meters, turn right.
One of, like, really is one of the greats, actually. And not because of that. Like, it's just a really great story. Like, the bit that resonated with me the most, actually, again, not that. I'm being totally honest with you here. The bit that resonated the most was the string quartet. They knew the ship was going
Arrived at your
down.
destination.
They knew they weren't getting saved. And they play one more song together on the deck. That is the bit that got me. Again, no offense to you, Kate. Your performance was incredible. You're incredible. But like that string quartet bit, wow. Wow. That's the bit that I really remember, like vividly, like, yeah. Again, Mel, I wouldn't do that. That's only in your imagination, Mel. Only.
I don't know. Considering how much y'all talked about a character's assets in a video game, I wouldn't be surprised.
Again, listen, that wasn't just me. That was Mel, and it was Sky, and it was Marcus. Like, need I say more? Like, yeah, they.
You were involved.
I was, but what could I do? Like, the whole chat was against me. Like, booba, 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 booba. Like, yeah.
Finally. No, I didn't want to choose that car. Oh well, fuck it. I can use more than just this car. I can use more
wow.
than
Wait,
yours.
okay. We gotta delay the race. We gotta delay the race. Thank you, Mom. Thank you so. Oh, you guys, can you see this? Look at this. Look at this. Yes, you can. Mum's just brought in a cornetto. Thank you. Just one cornetto. Give it to me.
Does it start the second
Delicious ice cream.
after a few moments? Why am I floating?
Italy.
Or is it like? Wait, what?
Wait, we won? Wait,
what?
no.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no! What have we done? Oh no!
Go,
Wait.
go, Alpha, go. What happened? Did I
Where is everybody?
Did I select the wrong option? I don't know, just go. Something's gone wrong though.
Uh-oh. Drift out.
Oh.
That's straight. I can
Oh
go.
wow, they're
200
gonna
miles an
kick
hour.
me. Inactivity detected. Keep playing to stay in the session.
Podcast has left the session.
It's alright, I'll make another one in a minute.
So sad. In the meantime, I'll just do this. Oh, I think I know why.
I'm glad we have managed to entertain you, Mel. Thank you. I wish I could hear your reaction. I genuinely do. So feel free to jump in the stream voice chat. You've got access.
$210 miles an hour.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. But that also sounds really rude of me. When I say that's not what I said, I'm not implying that it isn't true either. I don't want that to sound like a diss. God damn it, why do you have to make me feel so awkward? I'm not dissing. And I'm not complimenting. But I'm not dissing. Emphasis on I'm not dissing. Okay. Please. Please. Thank you very much. In fact, can we upgrade it to a JCB, please? A digger. Like a big old digger. Well, not old, actually. It needs to be functional. A brand new JCB digger.
Yeah, nope, that wasn't a clean.
With tinted windows so nobody can see how embarrassed I am. Thank you. And don't you dare type that my dad would tell me to not be embarrassed.
Your dad will tell you not to be embarrassed.
Shut up.
I will not.
I mean, I do have a compressor on Discord where like the louder the input is, the more it gets turned down. If the compressor's working, our ears will be fine. Don't be embarrassed then. Stop! Okay, right. I need to remake. If you leave the session, Alpha, we'll just go again.
I'm on the last lap.
Okay, you may as well do it. I'm wondering what's gonna happen. We can actually do testing now. Like, it's not gonna count for me, is it?
No.
I got it.
It had
Oh,
taken you out.
Oh.
I went and got it.
Oh. That's nice.
Its name is Valerie.
All right.
Was your ice cream good?
It was.
Last long?
It was very good, thank you, Mum. I got kicked from the race, but it was worth it.
Is it worth it? Why am I drifting in a sports car? No, not a sports car, a supercar.
Will you? Yeah. Look. Can we just? Can we please?
And done.
Can we please just move on? You know what? Before we I tell you what, I'll tell you a story if you can promise that after I tell it, we can move on. But it's gonna make you know what, Mel? You should probably get in the voice chat as I tell this story. Yeah, you probably should, because if you thought you were dead before.
Never.
Now, come on, you'll like this story because it's a Christmas story.
Oh, that's even worse.
You'll like this story. Come on in. I'll tell the story. Let me know when you're here. I can always turn down your voice thing to where it's not as loud, but we can hear you laughing. Yes, you can. Wait, hang on. Do you actually not have the ability? Let me remake. Hang on. Mel, where are ya? Mel. Mel. Because I'm now you've got me wondering, like, is it because of a technical issue? There you are. Rolls. Oh yeah, hang on. Yes, you can. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell the story. All right. You should be able to hop in now. Okay. It won't take long. Because I'll condense it. I'll get straight to the point. But you're gonna need to look at me. I'll go to this view too, because you need to see the camera. You need to see. I gotta do some actions.
Oh no.
Okay, so Christmas morning. I was still in school, not college, and a friend of mine, a Paralympic world champion of the world in bocce 5 times.
Oh no, I think I know what you're talking about now.
David Smith, OBE, once bought me a car magazine, and I opened it up and a page fell out. And then I unwrapped it. This page was a poster, and I unwrapped it, and it had this really cool custom, like, Honda Civic, like, with underglow neon. It was a really cool tuned Honda Civic car, and I'm like, wow, look at the curves on that car. And the thing is, I have a rather long lounge, right, where both my parents are they're sat opposite me. So I'm in one end of the room holding this poster up in front of my parents, and they're the other side, and their jaws were just to the floor, and I'm like, what's up? So I slowly turn this poster. And there's like a half-naked model on the poster. Bazunga's just hanging out, and you know what happened later that night, right? Dad comes to put me to bed, and he's like, "Don't be embarrassed, son." He does that whole thing again. So
it's okay, son. You don't need to be embarrassed.
yeah,
It's okay.
yeah. Anyway, I made the mistake of, like, the story does go on a little bit. I did have a situation where I did put the poster on the wall, like with the car being what was shown, and then I stuck it up with blue tack, and then I had some friends come round my house, and like, it was like blue tack in all 4 corners, yeah, so that's how the poster was on the wall. And I swear, I had the poster, like, the top blue tack give way, so it obviously folded down, so I had this upside down half naked lady. It was, yeah, so I took down the poster after that.
I bet they ripped into you like fuck.
I mean, but like, let's be real, right? I'm 36 years old. That poster had an effect on me because I still remember these damn stories. So, thank you, Dave. But yeah, the guy that got me that car, I can't remember the name of the car magazine, but the friend and schoolmate that bought me that car magazine is now a 5-time Paralympic champion in the sport of bocce. So thanks, Dave. Yeah, appreciate it, man. My parents were thrilled at that gift. And to be fair, he already knows this story. I told him about it after. And yeah, no, we just laughed. We just laughed. Anyway,
you gotta know your parents knew damn well what that picture was staying up for.
The Honda Civic. Again, I was like, when it was up on my wall, that's the side you could see. If it wasn't for rubbish blue tack, if it wasn't for rubbish blue tack, it wouldn't have folded with, upside down lady. Yeah. Anyway, that was the story. I just wanted.
Yeah, excuses.
Do you know, I've actually stopped putting posters on my walls. Like, you guys have seen my room. There are no posters. Like, hang on a minute. There are literally no posters on my wall. Is this the button? Is this the button? Hang on a minute. Computer, you gonna do
I have a
things?
poster on my wall. It's from Star Wars: The Mandalorian.
My computer is not. Oh no!
I got it while I was in university, and it's one of my favorite posters I've ever gotten, especially considering it's my first poster I've ever gotten.
Hang on. Oh no, my computer's not computing. Computer, come on.
Does not want to compute.
Yeah.
You said no.
Yeah, 1 minute. I mean, Elgato's swapping scene. But yeah, I've got keyboard shortcuts that aren't working. Oh well. But yeah, that was the story, Mel, and thank you for hopping in the chat for it. I just wanted to hear you laugh. And hi, Ben. How's it going, man? I hope you're doing well. We're playing Forza Horizon 5 with my nephew. Oh, that's why it's not working. God damn it. Hang on a minute. Is it going to work now? No.
I'm gonna jump out of the voice channel and go back on the stream.
Okay, okay.
That's in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. I reckon it's because OBS needs to be the highlighted window. That would be my guess.
Perhaps.
Yeah, no. Oh my god, wait, no, it's typing in the Twitch chat. Hang on, don't type in the Twitch chat. Is it gonna do it now?
Oh.
No? What the hell is going on? Is numlock off? Is that it? Where's numlock on this thing? Numlock is like... I always swap scene with the... You know, when I can't reach my stream. Like, hang on, I need to fix this. You really had to type that, didn't you? You really had to, thank you. Thank you so much, Mel. Anyway, you know what? I'm just gonna click with the mouse on what I wanted to show. Okay. Oh, do I not have the scene anymore? That'll be why. Wait, yeah, here we go. Yeah, you guys have seen my room. Here we go. You've seen my room. There's no posters anywhere in here. Here it is. Yeah, no posters. There we go. 0 posters. I don't trust them. Yeah, 0 posters. I don't trust them. Let's go over. Wait, what the? Hang on a minute. That's not changing anything. Oh, I know what's up. I know what's up. Okay. One second, I'll fix it. Man, OBS is weird. OBS is weird. Oh, I was swapping my vertical scenes. You guys haven't seen. Never mind. I did that wrong. Did you guys see the scene changes? You did, right? Yeah, this is what my room looks like. Yeah. Sorry, I was doing the wrong thing. And then that's the Mac, and then... Yeah, okay. Oh wait, do you remember that poster too? Shit, I told you that like you knew too? Damn. It was the talk of the whole school, huh? Oh man. Wait, you weren't even at that school with me. I must have told you at some point. Oh, news travels fast. Faster than cars on Forza. Okay. Can we, yeah, we're gonna get back to the game now, alright? We're gonna, because as usual, like, why does it all my streams end up like roller coasters of emotion? We've talked about some real stuff, and then, well, of course, everything that we've talked about has kind of been real, you know what I mean. Heavy stuff, light-hearted stuff. We've had both. But yeah, thank you for being here for the ride. No pun intended. Alpha, you bumped me off the event thing. Why'd you do that?
I didn't.
Oh, someone did.
I drove off to a danger sign and I changed car.
Right into the danger zone. Yeah, but how are you, Ben? How are you? To be fair, that was a pretty funny story, but that's all that needs to be said about it. What I like about stuff like that is that it makes people laugh. I like making people laugh. Just working a lot. Well, I really appreciate you hanging out here, Ben. Was it Titanic?
Drive my current car.
Damn. I quite literally don't think I could live out there, Ben. Yeah, too hot for me, man. Too hot for me. I still remember when you moved. I still remember the last time you came round my house before you moved. You brought over your Xbox. You brought over Halo 2. It was a good time. It was bittersweet, man, because I knew I was going to miss you a ton. And I do. What's going on?
Because the event lab track isn't exactly properly done. Like, part of the drive line just dies, so it causes, like, it will cause the AI to not be able to drive properly because the drive line is gone. They can't work off of.
But, like, the racing line is a drive line.
Yes. But because it pretty much deletes itself.
So what you're saying is there's another drive line we can't see that they are needing.
The AI requires in order to function, yes. I completely missed that. Oh, no I didn't. What the fuck?
You lucky Wow.
I completely missed it though! Then again, this thing can go up to 200 miles an hour, even though it's the 1979
so that's why
Chevy
I have no
Camaro.
chance. Okay.
Yeah, see, there we go. That right there. Notice how the drive line just deletes and then respawns?
Huh.
Yeah, that's why the AI isn't present.
Forza
So
Horizon
the
5, a
author of-
completely functioning game with no bugs.
No, the thing with that would be, because this is a player-made track,
Oh.
they would have to go back in to
And make it official, kind of thing.
do like a patch for their own track to make sure that it's actually fixed.
Well, I was just picking an event. I didn't know this was player made. I mean, it's a cool circuit, but yeah, it's a bit weird without vehicles.
You'll notice it's player made when it says Event Lab on it.
Ah.
If it says Event Lab, it will be player made. If it does not, it is either or officially made.
19 years ago? Damn, dude. Oh, I miss Jerry. I miss Jerry. I miss Jerry and I miss Onyx. And I miss a checkpoint apparently. Yeah, life, man. It's good to have you here. Good to have you here. Do you have access to this game? Because it does have full crossplay. I will be playing more of it. It'd be an honor to have you join. This is Forza Horizon 5. It is on Game Pass. And now it's on PlayStation 5 as well. That's how I own it. I bought the premium edition. I honestly hope more of Xbox first-party games make the jump to the PlayStation. I want Killer Instinct, I want Flight Simulator, I want Gears of War, and I want Halo. It's not asking for much, huh? But, like, yeah, if those four made the jump, oh my god. That would be huge.
Oh, missed it.
That would be huge.
Ouch.
And you know what? Even though I haven't played it, I've got to give props to Ubisoft over this Assassin's Creed Shadows. Actually seems very good because you can even like chop bamboo and stuff, and like the slice looks realistic, and like the same with like even fruit and other baskets and other objects. So the physics-based rendering is really good. And then obviously they got ray traced shadows and stuff where visually it looks very good as well. And I'm like, okay, if they can kind of like just take a few years off and then come out strong with a good new Assassin's Creed, imagine if they put the same effort behind like a new Splinter Cell. Oh my god.
What I would give for a new Splinter Cell game.
Right? And then of course, you know, shout outs and solidarity to like all the members of Respawn Entertainment that recently lost their jobs. I mean, we now know that a Titanfall game did get cancelled. However, Alpha, apparently it was an extraction shooter like Marathon.
Oh, fucking hell.
And not the Titanfall 3 that everybody is screaming for.
Good lord.
And I think the reason why they're not giving, EA aren't giving fans Titanfall 3 is because as far as EA's concerned, their main shooter is going to be like Battlefield 6. And what I think they're worried about is like if we make Titanfall 3, we will cannibalize Battlefield. I'm here to tell you, EA, that is not true. You know what makes Titanfall unique? The Titans!
Wall running, Titans, batshit crazy AI in the middle of the match.
Yeah, we want both Battlefield and we want Titanfall 3. They do not, repeat, do not cannibalize each other and will not. Like Titanfall is unique enough. It doesn't need to become...
Respawn did work on Star Wars, yeah. They made the Star Wars Jedi...
Yeah, and that's going to be, now that they've lost personnel...
Fallen Order games.
Yeah, they made Jedi Survivor and... yeah, Fallen Order. Yeah, Fallen Order and Survivor. And they are working on another one, right? That's actually their focus now. Now that they've lost personnel... Like, they're just going to go all in on Star Wars.
Recently announced an XCOM kind of Star Wars game.
Oh, hi, Casopia.
Which looks insanely good. Like, I've not played XCOM at all.
Oh,
But
dude,
goddamn,
XCOM is
I
great.
will pick that game up. I will pick up this Star Wars Zero Company. Because goddamn, it looks good.
Dude, XCOM 2, War of the Chosen, one of the best turn-based strategy games there is. I absolutely love it. And that is actually one of the first playthroughs I did on this Twitch channel. XCOM 2. It was a long playthrough, for sure, but I think it went down well. Yax tuned into quite a lot of it. He got quite into it. It took a long time to beat the game,
when it is safe to
but
do so.
it was really, it was the first time, like XCOM was one of those games where, Alpha, you know those games where you fire up and you keep going back to it, but ultimately you never beat it because of life and other games and distractions and things? So it's a game you want to beat, you know is great, you enjoy it when you play it, but you just don't make the time. I was actually frustrated with like how many hours I'd put into XCOM 2, but yet still never getting to the end, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna make it a playthrough, because at least that way, credits are gonna roll, and I'll actually beat it. And so when I did, oh man, it felt so good. Because again, I never dropped the game because I wasn't having fun. It's because there's also loads of other stuff that I wanted to play. But there's some level of discipline that comes with, like, if I make it a playthrough, I've proven to myself I will beat it. You know? It's like, it's gonna take a long time for credits to roll in Forza Horizon, I think, but I think they're gonna roll.
You have arrived at your destination.
So, anyway. Right. Yeah. Thank you for being here, by the way, Cass. It's great to see you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to buy a duplicate. I'm buying a duplicate.
Okay.
But I think, because I just glanced at the stream, I will do it later because you are at a race.
Oh, sorry. Well, if you need more time.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, no wonder this thing's so fast. It's got 10 bloody gears.
Right. And yeah,
I see where I went wrong.
One of the playthroughs that is going to happen very soon, and this excites me. I'm going to start streaming Nintendo stuff. And because Nintendo are a bit funny about streaming and content creation and blah, my stream titles are going to be a bit different for Nintendo stuff. So rather than saying Zelda Breath of the Wild on the YouTube video and things and getting copyright struck, I will just put BOTW. Yes, you did say you pre-ordered. Yes, you did, but I'm really excited. So we're going to be Switch 2 buddies together. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But like, I'm super excited because, of course, like that means we can do stuff together and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you in the Jamboree TV expansion and with the mouse mini games and all that stuff. It's going to be great. Anyway, yeah. I'm really excited for getting my Switch 2 and having it be in the stream setup, because actually the first single player Nintendo game that I want to play through, it's already decided. I want to play through Metroid Prime Remastered beginning to end before Metroid Prime 4. I think I want to do that. And I want to do that before Zelda's, because Zelda's are massive. Big hugs. I need to get out the door. But we'll definitely find a way to play Jamboree soon. Yes! Yes! again, in terms of playing Jamboree, like if we were to play it before we get our Switch 2s, I'm potentially robbing the lounge TV for Mum for multiple hours, and I can't stream my side of it. If we wait till after I get my Switch 2 and it's in this office setup, then I can do a co-stream with you, a Super Mario Jamboree co-stream, and we could be streaming it and stuff, and have you in the stream, and yeah, that'd be great. But I do own Super Mario Jamboree, so I'm basically ready to go. And I will be upgrading it to the Switch 2 edition as well. I'll have both. Yeah. But the first narrative Nintendo game I want to play through is Prime Remastered. But even in the stream title, I'm not going to mention Metroid Prime Remastered. I'll just probably call it Prime Remastered and not mention Metroid. Like the Metroid franchise. Like people will just know. Love you too. People will just have to know what I'm playing. And with like Zelda Breath of the Wild, I think I'm just going to put BOTW. And for Tears of the Kingdom, I'm just going to put TOTK. Like part 1 TOTK, and that's it. Just because Nintendo, you know? Like, if I'm playing Mario Party, I'm not even going to mention Mario. Like when I'm playing Mario Kart World, I'll just call it Kart World. You know? I think that's the safest thing to do, take the IP out of the title. Would you agree, Alpha?
I don't know how much of a stickler Nintendo are with that.
They are sticklers.
So
I can tell you they are. Which is ironic, because of course with the whole Nintendo Treehouse thing, after they announced the Switch 2 and did that whole direct, what did they do? They streamed a load of their games to a live audience, but it's almost as if they're the only people that are allowed to do it. That's what it feels like.
Not for me, because they are IP holders.
Yeah. Whereas the way that I think that, like, I hope this never gets me in trouble, but I think the way that they should look at streamers is free advertising. People are getting more eyes on their games. People are seeing how much fun other people are having. They're almost, in a nice way, they become slightly envious of that fun. So what do? They pick up the system after they get paid, they buy the game, and then they're in on the action. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, the head of Nintendo America, Doug Bowser, I watched an interview with him recently, and like he described Nintendo as what they are as a company. They're a company that delivers smiles, and therefore, if that, you know, if they want to like do that, and I do believe them, then yeah, just don't copyright strike content creators then that are fans of your games, fans of your worlds, fans of your characters, and all they want to do is share it with the world, you know, in a way that is fair use and all that stuff. They're not trying to steal your marketing and mindshare. They're actually giving you extra marketing and mindshare for free. But anyway, I should be probably careful what I say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to streaming Nintendo stuff. I'm just going to be careful how I title it, so that the algorithm doesn't just automatically shut me down. Because all I want to do is share, like, make memories with people, which again has been obvious from the whole stream. We've talked about the topic in depth today. I want to make good memories with good people and just share it with everyone. That's it. Like, and I can't wait to do it on Switch too. I think it's going to be awesome. I feel incredibly lucky to have pre-ordered one. Sky! Nah,
Metroid Prime.
yeah, no. I'll just call it Prime Remastered. But yes, a Metroid Prime Remastered playthrough is coming on this channel in early June. It's the first time I've ever played the game ever because I never had a GameCube. So I'll probably be confused by all the puzzles, completely lost. If you want to like laugh at like, Andy, just scan the thing. Use your scanner. It tells you how to do everything. Just scan it and you'll know. Like, yeah, because that's probably what's going to happen, right? Like, it's going to be like, if you used your scanner more,
Hey, Andrew,
you would know.
Got some adventure plans for you when you have time.
Okay, we can expand the thing. Alpha, I'm going to defer to you. Like, should we finish expanding the street scene for the last thing of the street scene? Or Wilds, Baja, or Rush? I'm thinking last thing of the street scene, honestly.
That would grant you access to like the major Goliath
Yeah,
race of the street scene.
yeah.
So, yeah, why not?
All right then. The marathon, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ramiro was saying the same thing. I'll give him the
Hang on,
go-ahead for the
Al.
marathon.
A duplicate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this bad boy
Nice. All right, don't panic, but I think I'm onto
into
something
my
big
off-track
with this latest car
version.
rumor. Start having a sniff around the festival and keep quiet about it, yeah?
Oh yeah, there's an Event Lab Island now, so that's where we make
Work,
stuff.
my friend.
Cool.
Yes.
So the next race we are gonna do, if you don't mind, and I'm nearly at 3 million, but I need a lot more money. More money. By the way, I got an Audi gift card from somebody in like Asia. So that was cool. And then I decided to pay it forward and gift out a Subaru.
Subaru.
Sí, bien, bien. I've called in every street racer from Guanajuato to the coast, my friend. Time for the marathon.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right.
By the way, chat, I do want to reiterate, this isn't like Aston Martin DB10 the playthrough. Like, I will change car, but I wanted to just fully master this one. So how many more points do we need? So 10 there, 10 there, 5 there. We're nearly there. Yeah, but Metroid Prime, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it.
That is absolutely sticking now.
Oh, that's just what you're calling it now? Yeah?
Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime. Oh my god. You're gonna, so what, there's Link's Zelda to the past, right? That's one of the games. Link's Zelda to the past, where you play as Zelda.
Yes.
Yeah. We've all seen that meme of like, look, Mom, I'm Zelda. I'm like, that's Link. To be fair, there was a time where even I didn't know.
I think a lot of people in like younger years were like,
That's the first car
oh,
you looked.
this must be Link, and this must be
Like, what were you
Zelda.
really
And
hoping
then
you'd
it turned
see?
out it's the other way round.
So here's as a Gran Turismo player, here's the thing about the cars, right? Very quickly, just because of how the game's designed with like wheel spins and everything else, like you win cars incredibly quickly, right?
Yeah.
And I've spoken about this on this playthrough a bit, where like it almost feels like I don't need to buy cars really, other than the championships that restrict them. There's not really any need to buy specific cars beyond like if you're bored of driving a particular one. And whereas what I kind of like about Gran Turismo, at least traditionally, is that you only have 20,000 credits. With that 20,000 credits, you can only really buy a decent used car, but still a used car that like its potential isn't even fully realized. You have to win multiple races and part by part upgrade the thing into an absolute beast that then can help you complete other races. With this game, for the most part, I mean, certainly when you're playing it online, the host basically decides the kind of cars that everyone, including friends in your group, drive. Like I'm able to pull up in this DB10 to almost everything bar championships, and the game's like, yeah, sure, you can drive that if you want. And like, yeah, it's never forcing me to use something else. So I'm like, why would I buy anything else? Truth be told, I'm saving my credits for that 5 million house that gives me a wheel spin, like a bunch of wheel spins every day. Because I'm like, why buy cars? You already win like hundreds very quickly. Why buy cars? And again, like why I'm sticking with this car so much is one, it's an off-roader, like four-wheel drive, and that so many of the events like either have you going off-road partly or fully, and so having a good fast 4x4 I think is just good for Horizon games.
In 400 meters.
And then the second part of it is like, because of the car mastery system, I haven't wanted to change car until I've for at least one car, and I was like, well, it might as well be this first one. Like that I was looking at the stats of it, and I'm like, yeah, you know, an A grade. Let's tune it up to get it to the top of A grade, and then just stick with it. That'll get me through a load of events. Because it's an off-roader, it handles well, it's nice and quick. Like, it seems like a good all-rounder to me. Let me grab that XP board while I'm at it. So yeah, I haven't really felt like I've needed to change cars, but you guys all know the Nissan GTR is coming. And once I'm using that thing, I'm going to be living in that car for a while too. That might even be what I do next. Because of course, a lot of our circuit races are almost done, and we've got a ton of street races to do. I reckon I'll go full on Fast and Furious and get my Nismo going on, you know? I think that's what's got to be done. If I could drive for any team in the world, I would probably choose Nismo. Don't know about any of you guys. So yeah, if I was good enough for the GT Academy, then yeah, I'm glad they're associated with Nissan and Nismo.
In 400 meters, turn left.
I do like Porsches though, like, well, of course I've only ever driven video game vehicles, right? But Porsche, and the way that If video game Porsche is anything like true to life Porsche, then my
Did I say stay
god,
on the road and floor it? I'm pretty sure I did.
I love the handling of a Porsche. Like rear engine, front steering, like the weight balance of a Porsche, at least in video game form. You know, where you can kick the tail out, slide around corners at high speed, like that's fun. I think it's sick to be a Renault works. A good shout. Driving in one of them Renaults. I don't know why I said that like somebody in Somerset. Apologies to everyone in Somerset. It's just the way that Renault is written. I just read it like Renault. iRacing gave you Porsche
trauma. Jesus.
Did it really? You know what? I wish I could run that. I wish I could run that. I need to check. You checked if it would run on crossover, and apparently not, right? Apparently not. I wish I could play that. If I could come around your house, Sky, I'd wish I could play that. Right? Here's, I'd have like a bit of a to-do list. I'll play that for a bit. You know, we fire up some Tekken. You know, have some custom one action, and then, you know what else? Like, I don't know whether you'd trust me with any of your instruments, but like, assuming that the fretboard is on the left, it'd be cool to mess around with the guitar. Even though I can only play one string at a time. And like, I don't know whether you know the song by Incubus called The Warmth, but I think I can play part of the bass line of The Warmth. So that's cool. I would have to find the threats again, but yeah, I played like the main tune of The Warmth on one string, whereas Nicole Rowe, who's the bassist now, I'm pretty sure she's using more than one string to go do 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 do, whatever the melody is. But yeah, I could play it on one string. I just have to find the frets again, because I know how it's supposed to sound. Even though I don't know the notes without looking them up, because I remember the sound, it's like I'll know if I've got the right note or not. So I'm not saying I've got perfect pitch. I would like to think I've got relative pitch. Well, like if I can hear a note, like yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I think I've got relative pitch. And actually, you know what? If I was really there, we could even test that a little bit. You play a note and I guess what it is. That's always fun. Good bit of ear training. I would love to be better at like that kind of thing. And the people that can recognize chords, oh my god, mad respect. Like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, that's a C major sus4 add 9. How are you doing that? Oh, like how you doing that? And everyone else goes quiet because nobody knows what I'm going on about. Sorry, Alpha.
No, it's the remark I want to make. While you can chalk it up to why, because Big Bang Theory, but it's also a true factual statement as well. Autistic people can be really good with that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
For some, explicitly odd reason that makes no sense, other than just chalking it up to because autism.
You know what? Like, because obviously when we get round, I love when you're around, and we end up like just firing up games, and then the whole day's gone, which is all well and good. But at some point, man, without even really teaching you much beyond the basics, or if you have any questions, I would be tempted to like fire up Ableton Live, or maybe it'd be interesting. We could try both. Like, I think you would like Reason because of the fact that there's a virtual rack that you actually plug cables into. And I think you would get satisfaction from the wiring up the virtual cables together to make your effects chains. I can see you getting really into that. But it'd be fun to just fire up a DAW, right? Digital audio workstation, and just see what you do with it. That could be actually kind of fun. You might even get really, really into it. At least that would be my hope. Because I'm of the belief that music is for everyone, and that includes music creation. Right? Music, yeah. I get that it can seem really technical and like, oh man, like the tool's really complicated. No way I'd be able to use it. There was a really good quote from one of the original founders of, they're now called Reason Studios, but at the time they were known as Propellerhead Software. And one of the founders of the company said, music making is a really complex activity, but there's a bit of confusion about where the complexity is. People seem to think that the tools used to make music has to be really complex. And then he finished off his point by saying, you can make really complicated music with a guitar, but it's actually a pretty straightforward device. Which is true, because you're just plucking a string, and then that string is resonating against the body of the guitar, and then that's what makes the sound that we hear. Yeah. He's right. A guitar's really simple, but again, you can have really, really accomplished guitarists that, especially, oh, dude, how many of you have listened to some classical guitar? That Nokia ringtone that we all know and love, it had an origin story, my dudes. And the actual piece of music, which I'm very sorry to say I'm blanking on the name of. Anybody feel free to put it in chat if you know. I'll probably not be able to pronounce it. But that ringtone is the very end of a much longer, very beautiful classical guitar piece that, most people know it. They just don't know they know it, kind of thing. And they don't know the name of it. Chord recognition is just memorizing intervals. Yeah. I'd heard that without... Right. Okay, cool. Thank you for that, Sky. I think I've done all the circuit races, man. I'm looking at this map thinking I've run out. Other than the finale.
This is where the filter comes in, because then it's like,
right,
have I actually done all these races? Now I gotta look.
Okay, hang on, yeah.
And then...
I mean, I haven't won them all. I haven't won them all. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I've done them. The only thing was that 900 championship. Which, again, no. Yeah.
The last thing that there really is for you in terms of like Apex races is the Colossus.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that. I think the big events, I want to save them all for like they're gonna be some of the last things that I do. And so it might be a brutal stream, but I think it would be cool to put them together.
Yeah.
That could be pretty fun. So now then, we are officially going to street races.
Yep.
Oh boy. Actually, no, can we wait on those? I'm going to go back to the greens. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to the greens because I want to do the street races in a GTR. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There we go.
That makes a lot of sense, and I'm not exactly surprised.
200 meters.
Yeah.
Turn right. Turn right.
See, I back to driving cross country.
Yeehaw!
Country roads, take me home to the place. I've done a lot of singing in this stream. I sang Happy Birthday to one of my other nephews, Moist Campervan, who also has a Twitch channel, ! Moist Campervan. I apologize if it's going to be a bit icky to type for you, but he's an awesome nephew and occasional streamer as well. He is a god of Tetris. I kid you not.
I am going to mention this before I end up gnawing away at myself because I never said anything about it.
Yeah.
Going back to the guitar thing, I know it's like major off topic now, but this is what I meant by earlier. This is just, it's something that happens.
You have arrived at your destination.
Right now, the current guitar string that's stuck in my head is the beginning of Pretender.
How's it go? You don't have to be embarrassed. Hey, I've already been embarrassed on street. You don't have to be embarrassed.
I don't know
How's
the
it go?
notes.
Well, if how can it be in your head if you don't know the note? Like you can hear it in your head, right?
I can visually hear.
You can hear it in your head.
Songs.
You can hear it in your head.
Like from beginning to end.
So you're hearing the sound in your head. How does
I'm hearing the entire song.
Okay, so make the sound that you're hearing in your head. So for example, in your head, if you were hearing a I just literally made that sound. Exactly the same. You gotta sing it, man. You gotta sing it. Just say what you hear. Say what you hear. Come on. Sing it.
Why do you make me do this?
Because of earlier in the stream.
Sing it.
And
God
because
damn it, fine.
we want to know how it goes. There we go.
I'm getting stage fright now. Fuck
Of
you.
course you are. But we're like, hey, if you'd have just sang it without us having to, like, you know, now 7 people are like, sing it, sing it, sing it. Now it's even worse than if you'd have just sang it when it was like, how's it go? And you're like, bop, 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 bop. You know? Sure.
I'm trying to find the exact pitch at this point now.
Okay,
because
okay.
Now I'm trying to get
right.
granular
So
with
if
it.
you're hearing it and you're like, oh, I don't know if I could go up there, go an octave lower. And you'll be like, how do I do that? That's pretty easy. Like, I mean, you know, if I was to sing, an octave lower would just be, sorry, that went a little like wobbly at the end there. But my point is, those 2 notes, well, I did it best the first time. Those 2 notes are the same note, they're just an octave apart. Did that sound right, Sky? Again, I got a bit wobbly, but I'm pretty sure and are the same note. That sounds like an octave to me. Don't ask me to do an octave above. It ain't happening. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do a race. While Alpha's like mentally sort of burying himself under the ground, we're gonna do a race. I say we're even now. I say we're even. We've both been embarrassed on stream. It's great. The master of the song. I did Cars as coursework. Gary Newman's Cars, and that was kind of terrible to do. You want to know why? Because all the singing is like it's a song that's like several minutes long, but all the singing is done in under 2 minutes. So performing it live, although I didn't have to do that for my coursework, performing it live is terrible because you just got to sit there and dance with a tambourine or something. I would be much more comfortable performing Cars if I'm behind a synth than I'm doing some of the synth lines. Because luckily the melodies were simple enough where you can basically play it with one finger. So, yeah. Cars is actually my least favorite Gary Newman song. Gary Newman is one of my favorite artists. Cars, I don't really like. And here's the funny thing, neither does he. But he doesn't get to choose what his hits are. The public do, you know? Such is the way of an artist. I'll read the chat after the race. Because obviously now that we're back into cross country, we gotta use our brakes a lot, otherwise we lose. There's no more borders to keep us on track, god damn it. But yeah, Cars is a story of like the perils of being a celebrity with the paparazzi and like cameras always in your face. And he was literally talking about how his car, Gary Newman's car, made him feel safer because the public would just always, wherever he would go, clamoring over him, trying to interview him, trying to take photos of him, you know, just always in his face, like couldn't even move. And so he would be trying to leave like a gig or an interview or whatever, and trying to get from there to the safety of his car. That's what the song is about. Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors. It's the only way to live in cars, right? That's literally what the song is about. All the press, everybody, leave me alone. Let me get in my car and get the hell out of here. That's literally what the song is about. So I think that's kind of cool, you know, it's a cool story. But yeah, I just like other songs of Gary's more. It's not that I think Cars is bad, I just like others more. Do I still sing much? I mean, I'm always writing stuff. Living in a bungalow makes it tough to record things. Obviously now that I've got the new MacBook, the issue is no longer my hardware. This laptop is a beast, and when I'm working on music, I literally feel like I have the computing horsepower now to make exactly the music I want to make, and that is a beautiful thing. So I'm making music, making beats, writing lyrics. I just have to record the vocals when I've got the house to myself.
Hey, Andrew.
And yeah.
Got an editorial today. Horizon Hall of Fame shoe-in. I suspect Jamin wrote it, but he makes some good arguments. How would the shoe-in feel about another Horizon adventure?
Thanks for the subtle hint, Haley.
I mostly sing when I've got the house to myself, just because, again, living in a bungalow with my mum, and mum is often like watching like TV and video series and stuff, or films, and I just don't want to, you know, again, in a bungalow I'd be really loud and stuff, so I don't sing as much as I used to. But certainly if I got the house to myself, yeah, I love to sing, man. I've always loved to sing. Oh, wow, that's amazing, man. Yeah, I love singing. I think I'm always going to love it. Heck, I've sang in this stream, quite obviously. Like I said, nephew's birthday. And in fact, Sky, if you ever go back to the VOD of this stream, on the last, like, happy birthday to you, I don't know why, like, that I always tend to do this whenever singing happy birthday, but I always have a temptation to just hold the note. Happy birthday to you, and just see how long I can go. I was pretty happy with how long I like how long it went on for today. If you want to see that, then yeah, it's a fun little exercise. Holding notes. Anyway. Next race. Did we actually win that one, Alpha, or no?
Yes, we won that one.
Good, good. Where to now? I think over here. What? Oh, Ben. How much did you have to drink beforehand? Too much? Or not enough?
Turn left.
Man, I want there to be, like, I would love it if SingStar made a comeback on PlayStation. But damn it, I want a karaoke game full of metal. Like, you know,
Could you imagine if
Deftones, Tool, like,
could you imagine
System
if
of a
someone,
Down.
if you ended up having to sing fucking Master of Puppets?
Hell yeah, that'd be great.
You won't be able to keep up, but Jesus Christ, it'd be funny.
See, here's the thing, like James Hetfield, massive respect to that guy, because first of all, for him to still sing those songs at that energy at that age, while still also playing guitar, like those riffs as quick as he does at the same frickin' time, I don't know how he does it, but like, yeah, like, singing Metallica is hard. Taking it as someone that knows, I mean, yeah, I guess my voice is a bit too deep, because it's literally like, I mean, Master of Puppets, yeah, your source of self-destruction, like, it's up there, like, it's, yeah, I can get up there, as you just heard, but it's like, the verses, you're constantly up there, so I end up kind of running out of breath, and the thing is, the best thing to do when you're singing is to stay relaxed. I maybe it's the cerebral palsy, but yeah, anytime I've tried to sing stuff like that, it's very easy to tense up, because it's like such high energy stuff, and I'm not even trying to play guitar at the same time. So, like, yeah, it's hard. I probably need singing lessons, like professional. It's like I can sing, but I'd probably benefit from lessons a lot. I don't know who I would go to learn from, and like what I actually need to work. Like, it's hard to even know what you need to work
Your
on.
destination.
So, like, in terms of, like, the best way to improve, it's hard to know. But I love singing. You know, I do. Breathing exercise, yeah. Yeah, and obviously, I do know that, because obviously I've studied music to a certain degree. I do know this, you know. But yeah, it would be an interesting experiment to see, to sort of take the reins away and like have somebody be the, okay, we're gonna work on this now. Because like I've only had myself to teach myself, and you know. Yeah, exactly, right? Because that's another thing. I'm the same with playing keyboard and singing. If my hands have to do one rhythm and I have to sing a different, all of a sudden it's not my singing that messes up. My hands stop working. My hands, like, yeah. So I struggle, like, depending on the arpeggio and whatever the vocal line is, my arpeggios can get messed up. As an example. But again, I have cerebral palsy. My hand-eye coordination isn't great to begin with. I missed a checkpoint right out of the gate. God damn it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alpha, I'm so sorry, man. I mean, obviously, as you all know, I've been listening to a lot of Tool and Perfect Circle and other things that Maynard James Keenan is involved in. And Maynard's voice, like, actually singing Keenan stuff is harder than I initially thought. Because it's like you listen to Maynard and you're like, that sounds easy enough. And then you try it. Yeah, then you try it. And then you're humbled. Although Sky has heard me try it, and apparently said I'm not too far off. I feel like you're being too generous there. But thank you anyway. I want to do the grudge scream. But I know that they did studio trickery anyway. He didn't really hold that for 25 seconds. That's like several takes layered over each other. But then you hear him do it live and it's not as long, but he gets damn close. I want to do the grudge scream. Just that, but louder, like, and for 25 seconds, like, yeah. That'd be fucking cool. That would take some training. That would take some serious training. I don't know if I have that in me. I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how to do. Like, where these singers are literally defying physics. You know? And again, Alpha, feel free to chime in whenever you want, man.
When it is safe to do so. In 200 meters, turn
I
right.
feel like I don't exactly have much of a say here.
I mean, I noticed, hence why you're being so quiet. But again, I don't want, like, you listen to music, right? And I know you listen to very different music, but again, we all are lovers of music, so...
I listen to like massive.
I mean, I guess the
variety.
closest thing would be like Emily Armstrong of Linkin Park. She's got a scream on her, you know?
Mhm.
Like,
In 400 meters.
I feel like she definitely has had the kind of vocal training that we're on about, right? You hear it in Emptiness Machine, and you know,
Turn right.
because the way that she sings that chorus, again,
In 100
I
meters,
don't think I can
turn
do
sharp
that,
left.
you know?
In 400 meters, turn right.
He's
Like, I don't have the grit, or if I do, I don't know how to do it in a way that doesn't wreck my throat, like, you know?
I think that's the whole one of the gimmicks with Linkin Park in its entirety. You've got to have that kind of grit.
I think it would be
in
cool
the
to learn.
song.
Like, if someone were to break it down to me, like step by step, this is what you do. You start here, you just go, ha, and then like, yeah, like it would be cool. It's probably a lot easier than I think it is. And actually, here's another thing that might be interesting. A lot of it is probably the microphone
Turn left.
and not the vocalist, right? You probably don't have to
In
like
100 meters,
yell
turn
as
right.
loud as it sounds, and a lot of it is just smoke and mirrors done in post in the studio. But then of course you have the live performers that seem to be able to not like pull it off on stage, and I'm like, how are you doing that? Like, I'm gonna name another name of someone I massively respect,
In 200
Chino
meters,
Moreno.
turn left.
How is he doing that? Again, that's the lead singer of Deftones. How is he doing that, and how has he been able to still do that for so many decades? I would have thought his voice would be gone by now. Like, you know, have you guys heard Knife Pie? It's way easier than most people think. The issue is they don't know where to start. Exactly. I'm waving my hands like you don't know. Yeah, exactly. Gotta shoot. Again, thank you for hanging out, Ben. Well, I mean, again, my schedule is back. Exclamation point schedule. You can look at the schedule tab of my Twitch page to know when I'm going to be streaming. And there's a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 coming up. So, buckle up, Buttercup. There's some cool stuff coming. But, yeah. But, yeah, Chino, how the hell's he doing that, man? Also, what a cool name. Chino. Imagine it not be his real name. I'm sure it is, but like, imagine if it's like just anything like Steve. No offense to any Steves. Trent Reznor's awesome as well. Again, 9 Inch Nails, Full Context, one of my favorite bands. I can sing along to 9 Inch Nails stuff pretty comfortably though. Like, again, I don't have a scream on me, but I think my range is a bit similar to Trent's. I don't have to change much to sing along to Nin. So What happens when you sigh really hard and miss checkpoints in a Forza race? And yeah, because you're reading the chat and oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you still win regardless, so that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, that one. That one? Is that the one? Right, okay. Ah! Yeah, I mean, I do feel it. I feel it, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. So that's the muscle. Okay. Cool. Ah. All right. Ah! Ah! That's not me vocally exercising. That's me reacting to chaos on video game. Ah! I'm determined to get some of these places, man. Ever since we've gone back to off-road, I'm doing crap. Dude, oh my god. The ultimate off-road thing is gonna be hell for me, isn't it? Oh no.
I just feel like I'm in my... I just feel like I'm in my zone.
I don't know why I'm struggling so much. I'm getting, like, way too much oversteer. Okay, I'm gonna read Sky. Hang on a second. And that then there should be. The other way I teach people that I find there's a point where a lot of people behind and then switch between falsetto with the voice. Okay. Same part of the phrase engages as you do that. Like a wobble in and out of it. Oh, right. Yeah, I need to vocally exercise. I'm a bit rusty. But I know what you mean. Level 50 hype. Yeah. Yeah. Like, my nephew's probably imagining me sound like a siren now. Because I just know... I'm not a siren.
No, if anything,
I'm not pretty enough. I'm
being
not
the equivalent of George in the Jungle.
I'm not pretty enough to be a siren, all right? I'm not causing any sailors to crash.
You don't exactly have breasts either.
Oh god, why we got full circle? No, stop, all of you, stop, okay? Stop. We're not playing Fatal Fury, okay? Or the better way is push a note really hard until it naturally slips into falsetto without trying to make it. Oh, okay. That sounds difficult, and I'm not gonna try it now. Try it in private maybe. But yeah, this is all really cool stuff, Sky. I mean, I love music is my passion. You know. And you know, I really don't like how so many people that I meet, like, they really all think they can't sing, and everybody has a really low confidence when it comes to singing. And I really like they don't want other people to hear themselves sing and all this. And I'm like, I want to hear you sing. Yeah.
In 100 meters, turn right.
Right. Yeah, I would have a lot of work to do. But, I mean, it's not like I don't have the time to kill, is it? So, yeah. Right. Bless me.
100 meters, turn right. In 200 meters, turn left.
This is a long way. I might fast travel here. Yeah, we got a house over there. Thank you for joining me, by the way, nephew.
Welcome.
How have you been? I'm pretty
I
sure we
have been-
couldn't cover that earlier, but just in case we didn't.
I have been quite well.
Good. Anything that you want to share with the class? Like, anything you've been working on? Anything you've been playing? Like. Anything at all? Like,
Not really, no.
painting more minifigs? Can you, like, have you been drawing?
Speaking on the minifigs,
Okay.
I did recently get paint removers
Alright.
specifically for the minifigs,
Okay.
which will allow me to essentially, if I painted it in a way I don't like, I can dunk
Change it.
it
Oh, wow.
and
You have arrived
Completely-
at your destination.
redo the paint. Granted, it's going to be a little stained and everything, but I can do that.
That's cool. There we go. Nice.
As for drawing,
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Cool.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know,
I'm going through
It was weird.
old
Yeah.
art things that I've made in the past
I
and
have
trying to
I have a
redo them.
suggestion. Yeah, I have a suggestion. Maybe the way back in is tracing.
It is, but at the same time, if I trace too much, I'll become way too independent on it.
Sure, I get that.
Oh, sorry, not independent. I'll become
dependent
too
on it.
codependent.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, but it'll just rebuild up the muscle memory, right? Because if it's
Yeah.
been a while, like, yeah. Like, because again, I had the same thing actually with my music making, actually. Owning this MacBook and then all of a sudden having a computer that doesn't crash every time I try to record something. I'm like, oh shit, it's been a long time since I recorded something, huh? Like, like, so, yeah. But, yeah, no excuses now. But you know, the phrase "let poor Tessa cook" is springing to mind here. Let poor Tessa cook. I'm cooking.
Hey, let him cook.
Get out of my kitchen. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been writing. So like that's what's happening more often at the moment is writing, not so much recording yet. My process is complicated though. Sometimes I contradict myself. Sometimes I am recording beats, melodies, little vocal ideas. It's all a bit of a mess, and then the idea is like you put all the pieces together once you know how they're supposed to fit. The way I described the music making process makes it sound really messy, but it kind of is. It just kind of is. The really good ideas are the ones, at least in my experience, are the ones that happen really quickly. Like I don't even have to really think about it. It's like the words just woof, like they just appear in front of me. I'm like, oh shit, I just wrote a whole song there. Like, you know. So I think the trick is just getting in that flow state where you're not thinking about it, it just comes to you. And then we could end up in a whole kind of weird, like, almost spiritual angle of, like, you know, state of mind. And your environment definitely is a big factor. You've got to be in a comfortable space to be inspired and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why my office is a mess. Oh, just kidding. Nah, yeah, a lot of my lyric writing actually happens when I can't sleep. So I'm comfortable, but I'm awake, and I'm like, I don't want to just stare at the ceiling. Let me stare at a screen, like a blank page instead. We got disconnected again. Damn it. That's where your novel writing gets done? Yeah, cool. Nice. By the way, we have a creativity corner of my Discord server for anything creative you want to share, be it music, art, lyrics, prose, anything. Poetry, story, fiction, non-fiction. Like, yeah. Not saying you have to share it, just that you can. I mean, I love that some of your Destiny artwork made it into a This Week in Destiny post years ago on the Bungie website, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I still have the picture.
That's awesome.
As well as the DM, because Jesus Christ, it made my day.
Of course.
The shameful thing is the fact that, again, my Twitter was breached.
Yes, you can't. Yeah.
Which I mean, the best thing I decided was just yeeting the account the second I was notified that a login was detected.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
It's a
mean,
bit
I
of a
mean, I mean,
shame.
even poor Tessa is on version 2, bro. They got me.
Yeah.
But I actually think that version 2 of my server is better than the original. So, you know. I messed up. I was doing so well. And then I messed up. Yay, well done, nephew.
Thank you.
We're getting closer to another expansion. So, yeah, we're getting there, we're getting there. Wait, have I lost connection with you or something?
No. I'm still connected to the thing.
It just said you are now convoy leader. I was always convoy leader. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, 3.3 million. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Don't tell me I've run out of off-roads too. What? Really? Really? Hold up. Hang on. Filter. Oh no. No. No, to be fair, I only see two. Oh wait, three. Yeah. Just three. Wow. Wow, man. We're going through this video game.
We're doing some numbers.
Yeah, man.
Turn right.
Well, we might as well do them now.
In 200 meters.
How am I doing on car mastery? Oh, wow, yeah, I've got... Oh, okay. Air skills. Oh, damn, one of the perks is like... You know, XP from next 10 cross... I should have done that one. Because after I've done these three of it, that perk's gonna kind of be useless. But I suppose I might end up doing another cross-country in the future. But yeah, I didn't really think about that. Oops. Oops. And again, whoever's still lurking there, thank you for doing so. We tend to go along when we're on this game because it's good.
Turn left.
Oh, to be fair, if we expanded the Baja, you know, because I've got another expansion soon, we'd get more off-road stuff, wouldn't we?
Yes.
So...
Oh, yes. I casually just no longer have the Horizon promo house?
What?
That doesn't make any sense.
You're right. It does not.
Hello!
Lad, you alright?
Hey, yeah, we're on Forza Horizon 5. How are you?
Alright, just have my egg and sausage sandwich.
Nice.
Ooh,
Right, back to
the
Tekken.
good old classic Brits.
Oh, back
Sandwich.
to Tekken in a minute, huh?
Yeah, been at it for about, give or take, 4 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a few problems with me mentally with that game. It's like, you know when, well, you may not know, but you know what to do. You know you can do it, but and you
Just
do
go-
it,
Yeah.
but the dual sense is like nah. Or your thumbs are just like no. You know, I know you want to press down back 3, but what you actually pressed was back 3, so now you're dead.
Yeah. Oh, I've
Yeah.
been there.
Yeah. Alpha, while I'm here, and you're the newer person in the fighting game sphere, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because you're playing Forza. I'm just going to let you know, right? When you're asking people like that say things about the game, understand that they're coming from a certain perspective. You like it, that's fine. Yeah?
I know.
Because there's a lot of people in today's world where
I
when
mean,
people start saying
even like you know, the first week of season 2 was rough for me, man. I was just watching everyone I liked playing Tekken with, wanting to not touch the game, and yet I wanted to keep playing it with them, and they were just leaving en masse for reasons you could understand, but it was sad to me, right? It still is. To think that there's probably a lot of
Here's the
people
thing.
that probably just aren't coming back, and there's nothing I can say to make them, even for like not even
because
like
the game is not for them.
Destination.
yeah, it's not even for serious games or anything. I just want to, you know, we just duke it out for the funsies, and yeah, like
No. But to make a point, because it's a very important point. I was thinking about this morning. I think about the business side of things a lot when it comes to games. Tekken 8 is specifically designed to weed our friend group out.
right, yeah,
Yeah, they want to get rid of the Yakspasses, the Crankies, the all those kind of players. They want to get rid of those players, and they want the freelance alphas and the Lewises
yeah,
and the you. Do you know why? Because here's what happened, right? Tekken, as you know, because you've been there since Tekken 2, I've been there
Yep.
since Tekken 1,
yeah,
right? Tekken used to give from like, especially in Tekken 6 and stuff, used to get loads of customizable items and it was all free. Yeah? You know, you never used to play for characters, it was all free.
yep.
Right?
Ever since Tekken 5 and up
Okay.
to Tekken 8.
Yeah. In modern gaming today, you cannot do that anymore because the games cost too much flipping money to make. Yeah? So Bandai Namco have been flirting for years, even way back since in Tekken Tag 2 and stuff. They were flirting for years with the idea of selling cosmetics, selling characters, things like that.
Way too
Right.
far off.
Yeah, that was yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, Forza. Let me watch your stream. Just going on.
You know what? Like we can I backed out of that one, man.
Casually quit. Instead of going based on, okay, let's just hit hit the checkpoint missed thing. Let's just completely quit.
Yeah, one of
So
these.
do you remember, Andy, when Bandai Namco first mentioned that they were possibly gonna like sell cosmetics or like characters or something like that, and the massive backlash that they got from the fan base?
Yeah, I do vaguely remember, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, it's like just because they're selling cosmetics, I would rather them sell a cosmetic than a character. Personally.
Hold on. The backlash from the potential of selling cosmetics is why Tekken 8 is now being made this way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Bandai Namco is now turning around and saying, well, we need to do this, and we can't sell this to you because you're not gonna. So we need you to fuck off.
Yeah.
And we need to replace you with people that are actually willing to actually spend the money we need to spend.
No, I get it. And I would have rather have just like, dude, just let them sell their cosmetics. But yeah, no, I get you. I mean, again, I don't want to get too ranty. Like,
no, it's not
see, here's the thing, right? I feel like you can have a bunch of free cosmetics. You can.
Yeah.
And you can have a bunch of paid ones. And the thing is, they got to work out, and it is their responsibility, not the players. It's their responsibility to work out how many cosmetics they have to sell. And the thing is, the money they're making cannot just go into more cosmetics to sell. Like every cosmetic has to basically pay for the creation of the next paid cosmetic. And then let's be generous, 5 free ones. For every paid cosmetic, you're adding 5 free ones. If that was what happened, I feel like there wouldn't be so much backlash. Because some will be paid. Like, there'll always be some backlash. I want to make that clear. You're not gonna stop. Haters gonna hate, bro. Right? But you know. As long as there's enough, which I realize is a subjective thing anyway. Everyone's going to have a different idea of how much is enough. But, yeah.
I think the overall issue is that, like, as you said, there is going to be backlash. But I think, first of all, you underestimate how much backlash the Tekken community would throw at that, because they've just been conditioned to get everything for free, minus the actual base game, and then on top of that, now you've got we're in a world where a game like Tekken could cost upwards of $250 to $300 million to make, right? Which was not the case before.
Yep.
And so, from a business standpoint, while it is the business's responsibility to sell something that the fan base might want, I think the traditional Tekken fan base has proven the only thing they're willing to actually buy is characters and stages. And not even stages, because look at what happened over $3.99 with Genmaji. Yeah? So, from a business standpoint, if you're looking at it from Bandai Namco's standpoint, it's like, we can't work with you. Because making the game is what it costs. Meanwhile, we've got people like Freelance Alpha over here who is used to paying for these different things from other games.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If a game is 70 quid and he's not even sure if, you wouldn't pay for £70 for something, like, just out of the blue because your uncle says, hey, Alpha, go buy this game. Like, for example, you don't own Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Right?
I'm not talking about Alpha specifically.
Personally, right? How I would want them to get more people in. Have the game be like, do a KI. Have the game be cheap or free, and sell the characters.
Turn left.
Cost even more money than doing what they're doing now. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Only certain companies can do that. Bandai Namco is not big enough to do that.
Yeah.
That's the issue. They would rather do what you're saying. But it's too much.
They would probably only be able to do that if they killed like 4 other expensive to develop games, right? That's the thing.
All
It's
these
just not
adventures look
not worth doing.
amazing.
They tried
Glad I don't have
Tekken
to
that
pick
with
one.
Tekken already, with Tekken Revolution,
Yeah.
and Soul Calibur and Ridge Racer.
I reckon Revolution was a good idea, but if they didn't have that weird invincible move, you know, the one where like basically you could like characters were almost transparent for a few frames, and so it was almost like Power Crush before Power Crush.
It is Power Crush. It is literally Power Crush.
Yeah.
It is Power Crush. The problem with that game is they didn't there's a lot of things they didn't do. Like they didn't deal with the cheating. They didn't deal with the ticket system was interesting. But yeah, that's what they're doing. I think they're trying to get
I've been sitting on this one
the
for
new
a
people
while.
in. And to
It's
be
the
fair,
shortcut
there are a
I've
lot
always
of casual
wanted to do.
people who will
See
just
you
buy
there.
a game because it looks cool for 70 quid. Play it for a couple of weeks and then not touch it again. You know, so while I wouldn't be comfortable saying, hey, Alpha, buy this for 70 quid and leave it with you, there are a lot of people out there that would just take a punt for 70 quid. You know.
I mean, I think with the Switch 2 coming and the high demand that there is, the fact that Capcom have 2 versions of Street Fighter 6, one has all the DLC characters for 50, but then there's another edition where you can get into the game for 35 quid, and it's got full crossplay, and you can have it in the palm of your hands. I tell you what, Switch, like, Street Fighter 6 is going to do well on Switch too, I think. Because it's the only, like, big name fighting game that's there, like, at launch. You know?
But Street Fighter 2 was the only big name fighting game that was there at launch for Switch as well. So you had Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Which is fantastic, by the way. Love it.
It is. Do you realize, people don't realize that this is the first like mainline Street Fighter game on a Nintendo console for like 30 years.
Yeah, since 3, right?
No, because that wasn't on a Nintendo.
Oh, so since 2.
Literally since 2.
Wow. Wow, man.
And even Super Turbo wasn't on Nintendo. That was arcade only.
Wow,
until
man.
they re-released it for
So this June the 5th thing is an even bigger. Wow, that's actually huge. So a lot of so if there are a bunch of Nintendo fans that literally all they play is Nintendo, they're like, after all these years, Street Fighter's finally back. Like, yeah.
Turn around when it is
anybody
safe.
that's near Dave's age and Jeff and that lot, and they're getting a Switch 2, they're buying it.
Yeah.
They're buying it.
Wow, man.
Street Fighter on Nintendo has a very special place in gamers' hearts.
Yeah.
Because just for the benefit of Alpha, Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo was equivalent to what Fortnite was when it exploded. Yeah. It was massive. It was a cultural thing.
So
you could go to any.
Everyone had that cartridge, is basically what you're saying.
Everyone wanted that cartridge.
Right.
Everyone didn't necessarily have it because it was hard to find because it was always sold out.
Also, how much was it? Like in
£80. £80 in 90s terms. So in today's terms, that you're looking at £100 to £120.
Wow. Again, how many characters? How many characters? For context.
8.
Like 8, and that's it. Like no unlockables. Like just 8. Wow.
Yep. And no Bison, no Vega, no Bullrug, because they came later in like Hyper Fighting.
Okay.
But again, for context, Street Fighter 2, Vanilla Street Fighter 2 was the first fighting game to have more than one character that you can use. So, because before Street Fighter 2, you had Karate Champ, you had Yeah Kung Fu, you had various other games, and it was literally one character, and the other one was just a palette swap for player 2 to use.
Alpha, I'm gonna do this one because I'm nearer. Okay. I'm near a different event.
Fucking hell. Forza just flew through all the trees on the Baja California Trail.
Yeah, just to get a board. Collectibles, man. All over the map. Literally all over the map.
But yeah, imagine going into your local trip shop and it's got a Street Fighter cabinet in there.
I mean, yeah, you already said that kind of stuff. That's
This
also a
would
great
be
idea.
Booming.
Order a meal, and you're like, cool, let me just do arcade. By the time you're done,
Yeah.
because you'll be killed on stage 2, chips are ready.
Yeah. Yeah. And to play costs you about 20 pence. 20 to 50 pence.
Business would be booming.
It was. And this is why people like me are upset, because now you've got a situation where, as Andy said, they're expecting you young people to pay 70 quid
Yeah.
to get a chance at it.
Yeah, or you know, a £395 portable system and then 35 quid for the game, and then an online membership, even though that's pretty cheap for Nintendo in comparison to competitors as well. It's still a lot of money to throw
for
down.
1 month for Nintendo on Switch Online, it's literally just £4.
I do
really
it yearly because it works out cheaper when you multiply £4 by 12, and yeah, I do it yearly.
Yeah, and yearly,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
fair.
what, £36?
Yeah, 35.
That's including the Switch Online upgrade.
Yeah, with the retro games, yeah, like all of them. Yeah.
Without it, it's like £12 yearly.
You know what though? Since we're talking about Nintendo, they can do
I know
that
I'm
because
undershooting the without expansion, but you get my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get your point. But remember, we're talking about Nintendo. These are the people that sold like what 150 Switches.
Yeah,
Million Switches?
150 million, which is a lot more million than what Sony are
150
doing.
million.
Yeah, even with PlayStation 4 and 5, yeah.
So,
And not only that,
could
their
absolutely-
console is still cheaper to make than the competition too. Like,
so I can absolutely offer $4.99 a month.
yeah.
No problem.
And you have to
Which
bear
means-
in mind that every first party Nintendo game sells like multiple millions of copies. Like even Super Mario Odyssey, which a lot of people would say, like I bet people that have played it say it's a great platformer. But let's be real, it's not Mario 64 in the eye of like the average gamer, right? More people are buying Mario Kart than they are Super Mario Odyssey.
Context is required. Mario 64 is Mario 64 largely because of the time it came out and what was happening at the time. You know, keep in mind before Super Mario 64 comes out, the console that was before that was the PlayStation 1. So we're used to 32-bit PlayStation 1 graphics. And if you're a Nintendo fan, the last console before that was a Super Nintendo, which is 16-bit. So you've only
Everything
ever
was
seen
flat
Mario.
as fuck, yeah.
Yeah, you've only ever seen Super Mario on a 2D screen going sideways. Now all of a sudden you're seeing full-blown color, 3D, bright, big thing you can pull his face. It's like, whoa, you know. Whereas when Mario Odyssey comes out now.
Well, Mario
all of
Odyssey
that
was a
is-
Switch 1 3D platformer. Like that was the Switch 1's Mario 64. I don't think
Yeah,
many people bought
but we're in a time period where you don't get that kind of jump anymore, so it doesn't have the same effect.
it. Right, got you, yeah.
You know, so it's never going to be Mario 64 in the eyes of anybody.
Although
It's the
I
same
do
as,
still
like,
think Mario Odyssey still sold like 21 million copies, so it did alright. But then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, for example, did like 61 million. So that's a lot more.
it did better. On average, people need to understand. Most games on average only sell about 100,000 copies. Yeah?
With
So whenever
Mario
you get a
Kart,
game-
with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Switch 1 doing 61 million, that means at least 1 in 3 Switch owners bought Mario Kart 8. 1 in 3. That's amazing.
Yeah, but as I said to you before, Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo was more popular than Mario World.
Yeah.
Mario Kart has always been more popular than Mario because
Hey, Scotty.
it's it's the family game
My
before
upgrades are better
you
than
get
yours. You
Smash.
damn right. Sorry, I just completed an accolade called "My upgrades are better than yours."
I saw.
That was funny. I got the reference. What is Khalees doing right now, I wonder?
Lad on a farm with kids
Cool.
and her husband.
Shout outs
So
to
there you go.
Khalees.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
She lost her mind a bit.
Okay.
And then Nas is like, I need to protect my life. I'm going to divorce you. Fuck off.
In 200
And then-
meters, turn
Oh,
right.
she was married to
Found another
Nas, like the Nas.
Yeah.
Turn right.
Man, I don't keep up with hip hop. Showbiz. That's
No,
more of
I don't either. But that was so.
public.
There are certain things that, yeah.
Okay.
There are certain things that just happen that you can't avoid it. Like
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. This looks like 2K City, but in Forza form. This is like Forza's equivalent of My Player.
Pretty much, but that's the blueprint of Horizon games. It's a big open world, licensed vehicles,
In 400 meters,
You know.
I
turn
understand.
right.
I understand. I know that.
beautiful scenery. To be fair, I mean, look at this. Whoa, it's so beautiful. I'm
Oh,
not
you
even
handed
looking
that
where
quite
I'm
well
going.
to me. Oh dear.
Very-
Ooh.
Very
I'll
many
put you up
Hey,
to
Mom,
the
you
creative
alright?
liberties.
Uncle's in need of a rally car. Mm.
17 more miles an hour. God damn it.
Right,
Which one now?
Mum is searching for stuff. If you hear background noise, guys.
Wow, it's the man. Right, so I'm gonna sit here and have a ganders.
You know what? Let's. Have I got a fast travel? Not really.
Just got bored.
No,
What's the fast
I mean,
travel?
I'll just look. I think I might just look for another event that's like closer.
Closer.
Yeah.
No.
Here we go. If I fast travel there, we do this. Yeah. Yeah. Horizon 3 was amazing when they did a game in Australia. Australia was great. Horizon 4 I love because it's based in the UK, even though the UK isn't shaped the way they did it. I also, to be fair though, I like the fact that they take liberties with the map design. They're creating roads and routes that are just fun to drive. They're not trying to be realistic. And there are 578 roads in this game, as the game has just reminded me as I drive a road I've never driven on before yet.
Yeah.
But this is actually good for a person who's disabled as well, because a lot of these, I find, because I end up spending a lot of time inside, certain skill sets of being able to find your way around or remembering where to go to places kind of gets a bit crap. So like you could use the game to be like,
Oh,
How do I
Horizon
get
1
from-
had actual recreations of roads that were actually realistic. Yeah, well, American-made game and game set in America, it probably was easier to do that in Horizon 1, right? But that is cool. And America does have some amazing driving roads, I am aware. I can't name any, but you do have some amazing roads that are like proper, like, you think it's literally come out of movies because guess what it has? Like they would have had drone cams go over certain windy roads near mountains, and yeah, there's some beautiful scenery out there.
one is backwards compatible. Forza Horizon 1 is backwards compatible. I can play it. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Hey, sort of humor.
Yeah, but one.
Yeah.
Well, can I still play 4? Can I still play 4? Oh, I can play 4.
If you
I play that
own
much.
4, you can play it. Like I own 4 digitally, and I own 3 digitally, so I can still install the Windows version of Horizon 3 and still play it.
Well, it says launch the console.
The European mind cannot comprehend the fact that we could drive 4 hours in a straight line and not see a single town. But the roads are dope as a result of that. Wow.
Are you sure about that?
So that what that means is, right, instead of a town like getting overpopulated, you guys could just build new towns. You got enough land mass.
Yes.
You can't just build new towns. More settlers in
Yes.
your Civ game, you know, if you need to. Yeah.
But their large space also creates problems because certain areas now you can't actually do anything without a car. So it's like doing things such as.
I mean, I was taking a holiday to Florida, right? And I saw, like, I can't remember his name, so I mean, I wouldn't name and shame anyway. But I saw a guy, because I was just outside on the front, and like, I saw a guy literally go and like pick up a newspaper from like the nearby shop. Like, we're talking literally walking distance. And dude straight up gets into his car to drive to this newsagent's, to get the newspaper, to then drive back to the villa. And like, I'm talking, it must have been less than 300 meters. Like, well, no. In fact, I don't even know the distance, right? But it was the kind of distance where I could see the villa, I could see the newsagent. It was literally walking distance. You know? You didn't need to get into your car, sir. Like, you can just walk to the, like, literally past a couple of houses.
Yeah.
Well, villas, and then you're there, and then you walk.
Do you know what it is as well? Another thing is as well, they used to driving, and then B, petrol compared to over here is so flipping cheap because everybody drives.
Yes.
That you could take the liberty of driving 300 meters.
I'm just like, I mean, listen, I have an excuse. I can't walk, but I was just baffled by. Maybe this is a case of me forgetting where I was. I was on a holiday in Florida. No offense to anyone that lives in Florida, but maybe that's just what you do there. Okay.
For example,
I should just shut up.
It happens all across the states. It isn't just a Florida thing.
Okay, but yeah, maybe I should just shut up because I'm a fucking tourist.
To make a point, in Japan it's the opposite. People walk like miles, and they get used to walking for miles, right? So if you was over there, you'd see the opposite, where people are walking from, like, I don't know, where you live to Hull or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh my god, why wouldn't you just get in a car? And they're like, because I don't need to, I've got a mountain bike.
Yeah, I mean, it takes 2 hours to get there by bus, but that's just because the bus route takes so many stops on the way. So, yeah.
Do you know what's really cool? I've just realized if I could find a disc of Forza Horizon 4 or 3 or any of these, it probably would work.
It would work, yeah, and you'd be able to play it. Like, the only thing is that they've delisted the game digitally, so you can't buy it digitally. But if you if you owned it digitally before they delisted it, even today you can re-download it because it's still in your download list on your account. So the digital download isn't actually deleted. All they deleted was the store page, basically, for legal reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, PlayStation don't do this anywhere near as much.
And
old mechanico told me
No.
where we could look for a
Like
piece of
they
Mexican
do
racing
it. Like
and
GT
American sports
Sport
car
is
history.
gone now,
Think you could find it?
but
Yeah.
Forza games seem to have a shorter life because they pay for the licensing costs of like certain real life tracks. But I think by comparison, Polyphony Digital with Gran Turismo, clearly they're paying those license fees for longer because like Gran Turismo won't delist a game until they've replaced it with a new one, and then plus X many more years. Forzas seem to get delisted a bit too quickly, in my opinion. And it's especially a sad thing for the Horizon series, where each game has a completely different geographical setting. So far, there's been an American one, a kind of more European one. So we're talking like Italy and Spain kind of vibe. Then we've had the UK with Horizon 4, Australia with Horizon 3. So yeah, America, Europe, UK,
Yeah. But the good news though
and then
is
Mexico
that
with this fifth one, yeah.
but the good news though is that as long as you've
I
got
missed out Australia
like
again,
me,
sorry, yeah.
if you've got a Series X, you can buy the disc still. And then
I really
bring
hope
it.
Horizon 6 is Asia. I want Horizon 6 to be Asia. Especially now that it's a franchise now on a PlayStation. I want them to do Japan. Because
I don't think it matters what platform it's on. Like I'm just like I think each game, like you said, each game has done different areas. There's loads of different areas they can do, especially if they want to go into proper detail, like they did with some of the other games,
I
like you said,
reckon
where they're doing
Iceland could
mapping.
be quite cool. Like, Nordic regions could be cool.
But it's all about how much they're willing to put effort into it and how hard it is to do to map the areas and stuff. Because Mexico, if Turn 10 is based in California, Mexico is not far. I think. No, it is far. Because Mexico's near Texas, not California.
Unless they're located more towards the Microsoft HQ in Seattle, Washington. So I know a lot of Microsoft-owned studios are primarily located in Washington. Washington State, by the way.
The state.
California borders Mexico, says Scott. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Was that right? Okay.
Cool. So
'Cause
yeah,
I-
there's only one more perk I need to get, and then I'm finally out of this DB10. I need 8 more points. So
Yeah,
we're
because
gonna-
my geography sucks. My
Turn
geography
10
sucks.
Studios is located in Redmond, Washington. So, yeah. It is located along with Microsoft HQ.
In 400 meters, you will arrive
Whereas
at your
Playground Games, responsible for the Horizon series, they are in the UK. I think, is it near Guildford? Like, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Wilmington
arrived
Spa.
at your destination.
Is California the biggest state in the United States?
Pretty sure it is, right?
I'm pretty sure it is.
My geography sucks as well, though, right?
It's
So-
either California or Texas, one of the two.
I'm pretty sure it's California.
I know the smallest, I think, goes to Georgia?
I'm gonna Google it now.
No, not Georgia,
Texas
Maine.
by square kilometers, I think. Here's a fun fact. Oh, thank you, Sky. I like fun facts.
Sky, give us the fun facts. What's the fun fact? I can't see
California is 3 times the size of England. Wow.
that. I knew that. I knew that.
Wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
It is massive.
Yeah, California doesn't need to expand.
Wasn't there a time where
You're right, I do not. I do not.
Was it didn't like didn't Texas used to be part of Mexico and then they had some war and then the Americans were like, yeah, we'll have that. Or something like that.
A good chunk of the southwest border was primarily Mexico, but then
Yeah, we've
somewhere
annexed a
around
few
the
states from Mexico.
1800s,
Not
they
great.
had a war with Mexico and just annexed all of it.
Damn.
And then they had another civil war because they didn't want to. Because part of the government was like, we need to get rid of slaves. Like, we need to remove.
According to Google, the biggest state in America is actually Alaska by square miles.
Wow.
Being younger and asking someone, do people actually live in Alaska? It's like, yeah.
And then you're like, that's cold, bro. And you're like, yes, it is.
Yeah. Good old Anchorage, Alaska. It's the only place that Alaska I know of.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Hey, Ryan. Hey.
Hey, we'll get you in the next race, sir. Ah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be joining, sadly.
Okay, that's fine. Well, no worries, because to be fair, I was going to also say, although I don't know how many races there'd be, because we've already been, like, racing for, like, 3.5 hours. But thank you for stopping by anyway. And, of course, happy birthday to your brother, Moist Campervan. I hope he has a great day. I sang to him at the start of the stream. I know he wasn't there to see it, but yeah, I had to do it. It's tradition. I did the whole happy
Alaska
birthday
is
thing.
So, Forza,
yes?
Alaska is the biggest state in the United States, right? But it only has a population of 741,147 residents.
Wow.
That's about right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to say where I am, and I don't want anyone else in this voice chat to do the same. But, like, I'm pretty sure our population is, like, is it 60,000 or something like that?
Yeah, but I'm in London, and our population is, like, 7 million. Or something like that.
Wow.
And London is not the size of Alaska, by any stretch.
Oh, yeah. I always forget Hawaii is part of the States.
It is, but it's like... It's one of those situations where...
Aloha.
It's
like, because I always forget because Hawaii has such a massive difference in culture and representation that it makes no sense to me. Yeah.
It's because, you know, so you have America, right? And then you have certain islands in which they are under the American sort of thing, but they're not actually geographically in the United States.
Yeah.
So you have like Puerto Rico is part of America, but it's in the Caribbean. Yeah? Hawaii is a sort of similar thing.
Does that mean they vote in, like, American politics as well, technically speaking?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. Man, I'm dumb. And I sounded dumb even asking that. I was just curious.
Where exactly is Hawaii? The Hawaiian Islands are a volcanic region formed a horizontal... Yeah, but where? Because it's a Polynesian island, isn't it?
Why is an actual state? Puerto Rico is not. Oh,
yeah, Puerto Rico's not a state, it's a territory.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, interesting. Man, the world is an interesting place, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so USA is there, and then Hawaii is like southwest
Oh,
of USA offered a
season
bottom left corner.
change. This is a new thing. I've not seen this in a while.
Oh, I've seen it a lot with like Horizon 4 because that was the new thing, right? Like, yeah, I've not seen it in 4. It's cool that they've kept it around.
Mm.
And like video game seasons are sort of shorter than real life seasons, so that the gameplay stays more varied. Yeah, here we go. Storm season approaches? Oh no. Oh no, you see, Horizon 4 just had your typical spring, summer, autumn, winter, like storm season.
This game also does have those seasons.
But what you're saying is it has even more than those seasons.
Yes.
Okay.
So Portazar, Google describes Puerto Rico as a Caribbean island, unincorporated U.S. territory. So yeah, there you go.
The more you know.
Governor is Jennifer Gonzalez Colon. President Donald Trump, obviously. 3.2 million.
I actually missed this fight for some reason.
Hello.
Oh,
So what are you up to, Rai?
Expedition 33.
Oh, like you and everyone else, man. Hope you're enjoying it though.
Yeah, I am very much enjoying this game.
Cool, man. It's on my radar, so no spoilers. I just don't know when I'll get around to it.
Trust me, I am not planning on spoiling the game.
I just had to say, man, it's just, yeah. Goes for everyone in chat as well. Although I know at the end there are credits, so you can't take that away from me.
Spoiler alert, there are
It's kind of
credits
been
at the
like-
end of the game.
No. You're missing the important part, Ryan. In the beginning, there's a title screen.
Turn around.
Oh my
Safe to
god!
do so.
Guys,
Yeah.
god damn it!
That's crazy.
Damn it,
I did not
man!
know that was gonna happen. I did
100
not
meters.
realize.
Oh,
Turn right.
it's gone from
That's
must
the thing.
play to can't play. Damn.
I can't believe that there
In
is
200 meters.
title
Turn
screen
right.
at the start. That's insane.
Turn right.
No, glad you're enjoying it, dude. I completely missed my
Yeah,
turn
I
in.
love the game.
Ryan, I have a question.
Calculating
Yep.
route.
What made you want to buy that game?
He
I
didn't.
don't
It's
know,
on Game Pass.
Oh yeah, it's got an Xbox.
It had been on my radar for a while, but I was just genuinely excited for the game. Like, I
when
knew
it is
nothing
safe to
about
do so.
it, and thought this game seems very cool. I want to try it because I feel like it'd be fun. And now here I am.
Arrived at your destination.
So if you had money, the game would look cool and you would just buy it.
No, if it wasn't on Game Pass, I would definitely like
If it wasn't on Game Pass.
I'd take some time to look into it, so
Yeah.
I'd see if I would enjoy it. But like,
Because my question with modern gaming is, how are you supposed to know if you actually like a game? Because half the time you don't even get a demo. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do?
This is
Like-
this is the problem with like the business, like the modern gaming business model. I feel if Game Pass were to disappear, right, there would have to be, and I would if I was a platinum form holder, right, if I was in charge of Xbox or Sony, one of my guidelines to publishers and developers would actually be, if you want to sell on our platform, a demo that is representative of the final product. So maybe not even a demo, but you know how like if you pay for PlayStation Plus Extra, they have the game trials thing for like you can try the actual game for an hour or 2 hours or blah. For me, that would be mandatory for everyone, and therefore it wouldn't be locked behind a particular high tier of subscription. Like, even if you didn't have PS Plus or Game Pass at all, if there was a game on the store you would be able to freely try it. And it would completely change sales numbers and stuff, but I feel like it's honest marketing.
The reason that would never happen.
No, I know it would never happen. I'm just describing what my, you know,
yeah, I know
what I would do.
But that would never happen because at the moment, I think PlayStation are paying for it, which is why it's on extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're paying the publishers. The publishers would then have to pay for all these things that you're describing, which would mean that the publishers probably just turn around and go, "Well, we're not going to put anything on your platform because it's too expensive."
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, if anything was, like, just imagine for a second that it's like anything is possible, and they'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I'd do that.
I feel like it would be, I feel like it would be very pro-consumer and very transformative. And I do feel like, so long as the games were good, it would sell more games.
I mean, Game Pass sells good games, believe it or not, because there's a lot of I've literally spoken to people and they're like, I wouldn't have even played this game if it wasn't on Game Pass. I played it a hell of a lot on Game Pass, and then when they took it off, I bought it because I enjoyed it that much. You know. So Game Pass and PS Plus does sell really good games. But the problem
by
is,
the way, guys, the season change has basically borked the online, seemingly.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm actually gonna do, given that we've been playing for 3 hours and 40 minutes anyway, I'm gonna call that part 5 and wrap up the stream. So before I go, I just wanted to thank Sky, Sort, and Shadow Mel and Benjamo and Alpha and CP and everyone that stopped by. Again, apologies if I missed anyone. Yeah, but
check out those.
Yeah, just thank you everybody, and again, I don't have any stream planned this evening, so probably see you with more of this tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and each other in the meantime. This has been part 5 of Forza Horizon 5. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, and happy birthday to Moist Campervan. Bye.
Happy birthday, Moist Campervan.
There we go.
Happy birthday to him. Hope
Yeah,
it's a good
indeed. Your brother. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
It's my birthday last week.
It was.